Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
By the power of Grayskull!
I am dumping unlimited power into you. We named zombies after you in that game.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's these big fat bloaters that sun themselves and they just lay there.
oh, those are the things that come out of my rainbow's ass.
That's what
All Shooty wanted to do was be inside me.
Imagine for a moment, if you will, being Adam's neighbor. You're sitting in your favorite easy chair. Maybe you got a cup of tea and you're reading your favorite book, and out of nowhere, through the wall, you hear this. Culturally appropriate my dick.
Come.
They warned us about people like you!
It was one of the first James Bond movies I watched, so I have a bit of a connection to it. And
That's Dermot's excuse.
I don't fuck.
It was their first date, Adam. Shut up.
I will stop bringing it up. I don't give a fuck what that wannabe VTuber cunt wants to say. Okay, let me have my moment.
Dude, that's like a test of strength. That's not gay. That's like I'm gonna grip you. I'm gonna grip you harder than you grip me, brothers and sisters.
Oh no!
I want you to gather around. I want you to gather around and understand that we are in a time of troubles. Know that a darkness has descended upon us, or one may call it a shadow has descended. A shadow that also hides fairy tale communism. And what you must know in order to battle this, that you must join together and understand that when the black man runs through Japan, he may be gay, but it's okay because it's non-binary. And when the hairy-backed, unibrowed, fairest of them all, when she says we can all share in our daily tributes, you must understand that it's okay because she's a half-breed and she hates herself. You must understand that when she says she's the fairest of all, it's because deep down inside, she suppresses her whiteness. And that's okay. And that when you are creeping across the tops of the roofs across Japan, and you peek in the window and see that man being sodomized,
Wow.
you must understand that it's okay because it's in a video game. And if you are a chud, you must cry hard. And remember, when we get through these dark times, through these shadows, and we leave the communist propaganda behind, when you are out with your family, walking through town, stay away from the pizza joints because you never know when the throat goat may be there. Look around, you can understand that throat goats are among us, and they will tempt you with the pizza, but do not listen to them, for they will not deliver on the promises that they make. That is why they are throat goats. And that is just
Oh God,
those eyes, dude. Those eyes, man. Those eyes.
Pretty eyes.
I'm not looking at them eyes right now.
You know what?
I know, but she is a total package. She is a total package.
I usually
can have my
think Ryan. I usually think Ryan is very cringe when he says this, but she can shit in my mouth.
Whoa,
God,
Dermy!
Why do you have to ruin
What
this?
the fuck?
Why do you have
Ryan
to ruin
says that
this?
shit.
Fuck,
Ryan
I know,
says
but
this shit.
I
will
If Ryan
drink
jumped
Ryan
off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
But you just
For her,
Probably
yeah.
fucking
that.
would.
Here we are worshiping this beautiful woman, and you're talking about German shit eating. I mean, come on.
Listen. I will drag my ball sack.
No, listen.
100
You
miles
listen to
worth
me.
of
Shut the
frickin'
fuck up.
broken glass, salt, and lemon
Shut the
juice
fuck up,
just
Jeremy.
to smell her farts.
We're not on your goddamn stream. We're on Adam's stream. We're
Wow,
supposed to respect the man's house. You don't take shit in his goddamn fridge.
You are a worthless turd.
All right, Devil. Here we go. Now these are
Do you
the
peel
bananas
it
in the
first,
house.
or are you going to take the whole thing?
No,
Love
I'm
the banana.
going to eat it.
Want
I'm
the
going to eat
banana.
it. All right, so now it's going to be extra distasteful because, as you can see, it started to ripen, and I don't like a ripe banana. I like a slightly green banana, so it's not going to taste as very good at all to me.
Make sure you cup it.
Well, I mean, all right, so now it has to be circumcised. So there we go.
That's true. You need to make sure you do that. Okay,
Make sure
and
that Abraham is satisfied with
you
this
also need to make sure
banana.
to
No, listen.
prep your
Listen,
uvula.
okay, you know what? There were no rules set down for this. Okay, outside of I just have to eat it the long way, which whatever the fuck that means.
It means try a one fucking bite, bitch.
Yeah. So, I have a gag reflex, so we're gonna. All right. So, how's that? Is that a good angle?
Yeah, that's a really good angle. Come on, deep throat that banana.
No, Kratos. There is no sweet.
I'm really
talking
uncomfortable now.
I'm a man of my word. Okay. All right. Here comes the memes. You get. I deliver. I have to build. I don't want to put something long in my mouth like this.
So many clippable moments.
Do it.
All right, let me try and control my laughter. I can't be laughing when I do this. I might choke. Okay, give me a second here.
Get it, girl.
Yeah, that's right. You take
It
that.
hit the
big
gag.
one.
It hit the back of my throat.
That-
2 words
we did-
Dermy's
Well,
never
that's
said.
what it does when that happens.
You need to fix
All
it.
right, is that it? Am I done?
Well, you got a banana there.
Well, now I'm just eating a regular banana at this point. I took
try-
it the long way as much as I could.
Yeah, I'm fine. We
Yeah,
got
if
what we
Devil-
want. The
If
clip.
Devil is satisfied, then we're done.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
Hi, sorry, a few minutes late. Had to take care of something in between the streams. For the next, we got 4 more weeks of this where I have a very small window between streams, and sometimes things happen, and I have to rush away and then hope I make it back in time. But hail and howdy, everybody! Welcome to Mellow Mondays, the end of what will, for the foreseeable future, be my very busy day of streaming. Hello, Judas. How are you?
I'm good. How about you? Still feeling the rash?
The rash?
Yeah,
No.
the burn, man.
The burn? What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
We burned you yesterday.
Do
were-
you
were
know what
bitching
happened
about it.
afterwards? Are you aware of what that spawned? Are you aware? Do I have to?
Your weird response video where you're praising?
Oh! So you don't know the fallout of this?
No.
I'm gonna have to educate you now. Okay. Okay. So
Educate away.
everything. Hi, everybody. Welcome on Mondays. Hi, chat. Hi. Glad to have you all here. Some of you know this. Some of you don't. First of all, Devil, are you aware I've got a new stream show, a daily show? Are you aware of that?
I saw the thing
so
today, man.
That's that has started, and that was already going to happen. But what happened on Sunday, thanks to you, gave it a good kickstart. So I showed her. If you were on watching Roundtable, you saw Devil was among many that stabbed me in the back on May the 4th, and I was told that this has been in the works for a couple of weeks. So I wake up on Sunday and got all this stuff, Devil's included. I showed you this, but then we got on Roundtable, and I said, you know what? I'm going to grift on this a little bit. I'm going to. Why not? You guys have made me suffer. I might as well earn something for it. So I originally had a small little super chat tier, $50, and I do the initial one that you saw, the 25 seconds where I praise May the 4th. Then there's at $100, I would then make a longer video saying how much I love Disney Star Wars and this and that, which I have. I have it. It's been shared with everybody. But then, Devil, you know what Jed did?
What did Jay do?
Jed instigated something. He just threw it out there. For $500 tier, we get the $500. And a year from now, on Real Star Wars Day, May 25th, 2026, we're going to take Adam to Galaxy's Edge at Disney World. And he has to dress up like a Stan and be positive about Disney Star Wars for a whole day over there while it's being recorded. So guess what happened, Devil?
I'm guessing you got the tier.
We got past $500, but then we added more to it. Because I realized a few things of what was going on at that week. Let's set the stage. So now this is happening. Next year, we're designing a meetup in Florida, May 25th. I may even move there. I may be able to move by the time. If the channel is kicking and going, as this new stream might help generate some growth for the channel, this and that, I may be able to move to Florida and be living there for this. So that's kind of the goal. That's part of the goal. Everything right now geared the channel is to help the channel grow to a point where it can become a stable income and I can move my family to Florida. Very simple. Cool. Now, either way, though, there's going to be a meetup now. We're going to organize a meetup the week of May 25th. It's Memorial Day, so it's semi-holiday, so people might have some time, where we're going to go there, and I'm going to be decked out in Disney Star Wars merch, T-shirts, fanny pack, thanks to Sam. Jed's going to buy BB-8 mouse ears and put it on my head, and I have to be positive the whole day, but I can look miserable. But that's a whole day at Galaxy's Edge. But then I realized, I said, hey, this is the week Mandalorian Grogu comes out. So guess what? We set a tier. Cost $700. And we have to go see Mandalorian and Grogu in a Disney theater, surrounded by their stands. Well, Devil, we crossed that threshold. So now we're going to go see Mandalorian Grogu, and I have to sit and watch the movie with a baby Yoda Grogu in my lap as we do it. But it doesn't stop there. For those who are not aware, for most of the streams, if you are generous enough to give a super chat or use Stream Elements to tip, link is pinned at the top of the chat. Devil, here's where we are now. If we get $800, if we cross $800, and we're currently at $756, I have to do a positive review of the Mandalorian Grogu. No sarcasm, no nothing. A full-on, genuine, positive review. Now, with the caveat that a few days later, I can release my real review, which I was intending to do anyway. So if you cross $800, do that. At $900, if he's there, Dermy and I have to hold hands for 30 minutes while he is also dressed as a Stan. And we have to pretend to be best of friends and be positive about Disney Star Wars for 30 minutes, holding hands.
You're going to get pregnated by his butt, baby, man. 30 minutes of contact.
That's 30 minutes. At any point in the day, we'll figure that out. But then it gets worse. Then Jed had the brilliant idea. At $1,000, if we cross $1,000, I have to write Disney Star Wars fan fiction generated by the chat. So if we cross $1,000, because this will be running for the rest of the month until Real Star Wars Day, which happens to be Roundtable on Sunday, May 25th, 2025. If we have crossed $1,000 during Roundtable on that day, the chat will get to basically put out the bullet points, the things they want me to put into this Disney Star Wars fan fiction I have to write. No porn, though. No porn. Because it has to be released to the public. So that has to happen. But then it doesn't get worse. So last night, then I'm with Brad, and Brad reminds me that you can build shitty lightsabers there for a lot of money. So now we've got another tier at $1,250. We will record me going into Savvy's workshop at Galaxy Edge, which we watched a video of today on Daily Dive, where I will build the shittiest looking lightsaber possible that people who contributed it can input, and now it gets built.
Question?
Yeah.
Is there a pink lightsaber?
Crystals there may or may not. There may be or there won't be. We don't know. But we'll see what
Oh,
the crystal, the color crystal, are
God.
when we get there. And if we get $1,300, the chat gets to choose the color of the lightsaber.
There we go.
Which means even if I don't get that, we could buy an extra kyber crystal and replace it later. So there's that. And then Brad has showed me something else, which we'll watch tomorrow on Daily Dive. You can also build a BB-8 astromech droid. And then there's other stuff that Brad is filling me that I'll add to the tiers later. So this is what you helped spawn, Devil. A nightmare of a day where everybody's going to be recording, streaming, taking pictures that'll have to go into my lore and live with me as long as I'm on YouTube forever.
I'm hoping we get. You should put another tier on there, man. If we get to, let's say, 2,000.
Yeah.
You have to go to Galaxy Edge, not just with the BB-8 horns, not just with the fanny pack, but dressed as fucking Rey.
They don't allow you to do cosplay. You can't cosplay in the park. You can't do it.
You can't?
No, they already tried that. They already tried that.
God damn
Can't do that.
homos!
You
What
can't do
the
that.
hell?
No, but Jed's trying to argue that part of the merch is painting my face like Ahsoka. So
do you think they would really, if you showed up there in
they don't
in
allow
that
cosplay
outfit?
because they have Disney Star Wars professional people dressed as the characters. You can't be dressed up as the characters because they have those people there.
Just say this is my true self, and they won't be able to argue with it.
No, sorry, it's not happening. Now there will be. So at $1,400, we're forcing me to build a BB-8 droid. And here's the thing: I can't destroy the lightsaber nor destroy the BB-8 droid. I'm not allowed to. They have to when I move to a new place and have a different studio, they have to be on display. So we're building more lore. It's good. It is terrible. So, Frank, I don't know if I'm gonna wear that. I don't know. We don't know if that shirt even fits me. And it's not my shirt. It is not my shirt. No matter what Jed says. It's not my shirt. Hail Paul. Hail the goddess. Hail everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. So you're caught up now, Devil. Now you're caught up. This is what you helped create with what you did to me yesterday on Sunday.
So proud of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring
So
a tear to my eye.
yeah. So not only do you not let me have fun with my Luck Dragon and my Thunder Tank, now you've helped contribute to what's going to be my Day of Doom. And to quote Jed, his wedding was his happiest day of his life. No, this is going to be the happiest day of his life when this happens. Because the things he has planned that he's gonna just instigate that day are diabolical. I know a little bit. And I know for a fact he's probably starting to scheme with everybody else. So it's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. So
it's my talent. I can I hurt some to make other people happy. It's
day of content. Content for everybody else but me. That's the thing, Brad. It's for everybody else but me. It's not my content. Everybody's making content about me. Because Brad's gonna be there too. They're all gonna be recording this shit. It's gonna be gloriously bad.
We gotta think of other girl characters he can dress like.
I cannot cosplay. It's not allowed.
You can't cosplay as a Star Wars character. Doesn't mean you can as something else.
No.
What about Dr. Frankenfooter, right?
No, you don't understand. This is about being. No, you don't understand. They've already paid for me to dress up like a Disney shill and pretend to be a shill the whole day. I have to stay in character as long as I'm being filmed. I have to stay in character. And that means every one of these assholes with a phone that'll be with me will constantly be recording and streaming, which means I have to stay in character the whole time. And then when I'm holding hands with Dermy, it's going to be worse. I did that. I've done that. I have the video here.
Just think of that. You're going to be holding his hand and think about what that hand's been holding. Technically, you touch Dermy's penis. That's what you have to see it as.
All right, write that down. 20 minutes tonight. That I gotta redo the clip reel. So somebody write that down and DM it to me because I'm gonna forget. No. Oh my god! This is all right. So guys, right now on streams like this on Daily Dive and on Roundtable, all super chats of any way, shape, or form, because we cleared this up on Daily Dive today. Gal made a very good point, which we cleared up. All super chats and tips on Stream Elements will go towards this tier for this month. All of it, except for stuff like Drive-In and Who Cares Reviews, which are meant to be evergreen material. So we can't bring that into this. Those are supposed to be we can't let that creep into those. Those are Siftos. But for Roundtable, for Mellow Mondays, for gaming streams, for Daily Dive, you guys can tip away, and just to make sure nothing's happened on Stream Elements. No, we're still okay. All right, so there it is. So tonight, just to remind you guys how it works on this show, now that I'm using the ticker, here's how it works on this show. $10 or higher, you can make us watch weird shit. The higher the super chat, the longer the video can be. We've done that in the past, been a while, but just reminding you guys, that's how it works on this show. You don't make us watch shit to suffer. You make us watch weird shit. And so we go, what the hell is this? Because we've done it before, whether it's comedy skits, weird videos, stuff like that, or if you want us to have like a bad nerd reaction to something. So there you go, $10 or higher to make us watch the weird shit. The tip in the chat, what do you mean? I pinned it to the top of the chat. Stream Elements it's top pinned to the top. Stream Elements link is pinned to the top of the chat. It's pinned. It's there. So it's there. Anyway, I know I have to figure out how to get the chat bot for Stream Elements to once in a while repeat it. Somebody has to tell me how to do that. I've tried doing it. I can't make it do it. I know I should do that, so we'll do that. So that's how it is. Anyway, otherwise Judas, how are you doing? Otherwise, you doing all right? You doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just average day for me.
Mm-hmm. Plotting and scheming. Don't get nice things. Anyways, hope you guys doing all right out there. I have a couple of things tonight. Because of the way the day went and how it went a couple ways. Okay, Jed, fine. All right. Here's the thing. It's one of those shows right now where chat, we're gonna have you. Hopefully you guys will send us down a couple of rabbit holes, because I do have a couple of things. One of them we have to wait till Sam gets here. The other one's a trailer that I have, and a couple of things from that. So let's start with we have to wait 2 of them for Sam, but we can start doing one. So Devil, are you watching the Last of Us TV show?
No.
Well, do you know anything about Last of Us 2?
I know the stuff that everyone was talking about when the game came out.
Okay. You do know that the character of Ellie is gay, right? You know that? Yeah, okay.
Ends up with a girl.
Yeah. No, not my shirt, you bastard. Not my shirt. No, so apparently the remaining stans watching the show who are fans of The Last of Us Part 2, the game, were crying that at 4 episodes in, or 3 episodes in as of a week ago, they hadn't had any gay lesbian sex. Okay? They hadn't had it yet.
They want to see that creepy girl who plays Ellie freaking do anything like
that. They want to see Bella Downsy get downsy with it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, with the chick who is actually attractive there. Well, they did it this week, Devil. And we got screen caps. Would you like to see them? Well, I don't care if you want to or not. I'm going to make you. I listen, I'm not following this at all, although people could make me follow it for $30 on Daily Dive. That's how it works. It's one of the new rules. Behold, a whole scene of Bella Downsy finger blasting the other chick. Yeah.
This is right up there with bestiality.
Yeah. I mean, dude, look at this. Look at this. Have you ever seen anything involving lesbians be more unappealing?
No. Seeing 2 fat chicks fight over a stick of butter would fucking be more appealing than that. She is so not even.
And look at her. It's like, oh yeah, take it. I mean, jeez.
Wait, Adam left it at my house. What do you leave at your house?
Jed joined you in the backstabbing on Sunday. He made a video like you. And I don't know where he got it, but there's some ratty BB-8 T-shirt with holes in it that he says is mine, but it isn't.
Wait, I thought after you got married, you guys were gonna stop fooling around. Why is he leaving clothes at your house? Chad, shame on you.
Poor innocent Legatus doesn't know who Bella Downsy is.
Oh, you don't know? Oh, don't ask. Just live in your bliss. It's what the hell? Oh, she's
so. But
evil.
look at this. This is they do this to appeal to the weirdos. I mean, first of all, most of the time, if the lesbians are hot, we don't have a problem. But look at Bella Downsy, dude. I mean, she gives Ryan Kindle a race to who's got a bigger forehead there, you know? And then that chin, it's just, there's all kinds of wrong here. Yeah, Cuckman loves ugly. So this is what this show is right now. And I mean, I hear that it's, even though it was number one on Samba a couple weeks ago, that was a couple weeks ago. All reporting is that it's bleeding viewership now. And are we surprised? Because the game didn't sell for shit back then. It fell off hard. So you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's one of those things where I think they're hoping that freaking normies who don't freaking like, but this is one of those things that can turn them off. Why? Because like we've been saying, she's just not even the littlest bit appealing. Most normies, they see lesbian scene, they go, whatever. It's, you know, we know what it is. We know it's this bullshit we're being fed, you know, but they don't. But having somebody who looks so unappealing as her, it's creepy. I'm sorry. If it was like you said, if it was two hot chicks, we would still be like, okay, we know what they're trying to spoon feed us, but at least it's two hot chicks touching each other, right? Yeah. In this case, there's
look at this. And listen, this is an HBO show, okay? So graphic sexual stuff is acceptable because this is a cable show, a streaming show. It's not being aired on network television. But you know, it has some freaking class. This isn't even hot. It's not even sexy. It's just done to make you go, whoa. It's not done to arouse. Devil, is it fair to say in the past for adult-oriented shows, sex and nudity is done to arouse and titillate the viewer? Is that fair to say?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Unless it's complete, unless the scene is essential to the story, like the character gets pregnant and bursts something that is essential to the story, so you show the sex scene to show that they did it. Otherwise, if they throw a sex scene in there, it's usually just to make you go, ooh. Right?
And not counting a grape scene, that's different. But that's something that usually will serve a real grape scene, will serve a story purpose. It's part of the plot. But generally, 9 times out of 10. Sex is meant to titillate you, and it's meant to be shown usually between man and a woman because everybody gets a little turned on both sides watching that. Chicks like the dude, dudes like the boobs. It's fine. We're all having time. But I'm going to ask a serious question. Who the hell is turned on by this?
Nobody. This is not to titillate anybody. This is to signal to them, look, lesbians. We're so, fucking woke. Look at this. No. And what I guess what we should do is thank our lucky stars that while they put a lesbian scene in there, at least they didn't have that take their clothes off. That that could be coming later in the season.
No, Devil, you know why they won't do it? Because Bella Downsy is a they/them. She's non-binary. She calls herself non-binary. So there's probably something in her contract that can't reveal that she's actually just an ugly little woman.
Well, they could still show her ugly little tits because dudes can have tits now, type thing,
Oh, God.
That doesn't, until you see the bottom, it's all guessing, right? So, yeah, But no one wants to see that either, dude. I'm sorry. It'll be like Dermy Tits 2.0.
Which we've seen. we've done. We've played that game. We don't want to play that game again. But so they're not doing this to turn people on. They're doing it for this reaction. We're giving them the reaction they want. I mean, I admit that. We're giving them the reaction, but and the reason I started saying, Adam, why are you talking about this on Mellow Mondays? Because we want to talk. We're talking about the way things used to be. That's what we kind of do on the show. We talk about the way television, movies, games used to be. This stuff used to be hot and sexy. It isn't now. Used to even on network television, used to have pretty people get in near sex scene romantic situations, and that was still hot. This is not. This is meant to discuss, and it's meant so that they could say, "Oh my God, you're a bigot because you don't like Bella Ramsey and like Jed said, Dora the Explorer getting jiggy with it." No, we don't like it because you're doing this for sexual shock value to appease this tiny little minuscule fan base. Because, like you said, Devil, do you think the normies are enjoying this that are left watching this show? No, I don't think so.
No, I think they're indifferent about it. I think they just kind of turn off or they go get a drink when they see shit like this. Like you said, this is most of those sex scenes is for titillation. This is not. This is strictly a virtue signal to say, look at. It's just like the gay kiss in Buzz Lightyear, the movie or whatever. Remember, they put that in there solely because they're all like, look at this, look at this. Mm-hmm. It's about getting pats on the back. That's what shit like this is for.
Agenda. Yeah. And Neil Cuckman, he's all about that shit.
Yeah,
he's all about that shit.
I mean, the story, we know that canon, I guess, if you have canon for crappy games, says that, yes, she's a lesbian. So putting a kiss or two in there wouldn't bother me. But
they did the kiss.
Fingering,
they did the kiss.
The fingering is essentially not to show that she's a lesbian. It's strictly just to have people go either, oh my God, or
canonically,
oh my God.
The girl she's finger blasting is bisexual and pregnant with somebody else's baby right now. In the game. I know that much. Last of Us Season 2. Stelling television. It's just great, isn't it? It's fantastic. Just fantastic. Let's see. Let's move that around.
If you need stuff, I do have stuff. I don't know how mellow it is, but it is.
Oh, it's fine. It's
entertainment related.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it. Bring it up. Sure. We're stalling until Sam gets here for the articles. So go for it. What do you got?
I'll send them to you because then you can bring them up and then you don't have to worry about me, but I will send them to you. One, we got the, I'll put it in, there we go. That we can talk about the J.K. Rowling responding to.
Sure, we can talk about that. I mean, I touched on it a little bit earlier today. No, not earlier today. We touched on it a little bit during Who Cares as a thing. What is that? What is that noise? I hear a weird noise. Sorry. Oh, you DM'd it to me? Okay.
Yeah, I put it in the Renaissance chat.
Oh, you could have put it in the private chat. oh, because it's a Twitter thing. Okay. Oh, okay. I have articles. I can get an article. We'll go with this.
And there's also
this is part of it. This is part of it. There's like a whole thing with it. So let's bring this up. All right, I'll bring this up. Yeah. So if anybody doesn't know, JK broke her silence today on a few things and almost broke her silence on the casting for the show with Black Snape and all that stuff. But she didn't quite. So what happened was, we know that many people, among them new Black Snape, have joined an open list basically attacking her for her stances about the whole gay no trannies and kids in England. Hi, Sam. You're just in time for this.
Well, I've been paying attention. I've got takeaways tonight. Is one, I think that the shirt Jed has for you, like if it's a wash a little bit, it would definitely be more appealing in your characterization of a Stan. You know, a little bit of a beer belly midriff there. You know, a little belly button sticking out.
I am gonna lose the weight before then, you son of a bitch. You're a traitor too. I know.
Oh,
Yeah, they brought up your video yesterday. I know
Well,
you're a traitor too.
He
I
needs
saw
to
it.
lose a
Yeah.
little weight for the luck dragon, you know. Don't want to overexert poor.
Right. Falcor dropped right out of the sky without being hit by a U.S. shell.
You see, I brought this up to normal people, and they say shame on you guys for turning my dreams into a nightmare.
Oh yeah, we're dicks. You know.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. But the other
You
thing
picked
was
your friends, dude.
right?
You found us.
So the other thing was that Adam's somehow upset by lesbians being depicted as they actually look in real life. Hideous.
Don't ruin this, Sam. That leave that wall alone.
You have a porn mentality. They don't actually look like that.
Yeah, they're all supposed to be tins touching each other, not these fat, stinky, smelly,
I hate
boot
to bring it to
wearing.
you, Devil, but tins don't exist. They're fiction.
Shop at Bass Pro Shop.
Hi, Sam. How are you?
I'm all right, fellas. How you guys doing?
Oh, it's been a day. It's been a day. It's going to be a day every day, it looks like, from now on. Anyway, so all right, so let's go over this real quick, and then we'll move on to some fun stuff before I get to torture. Or I'm going to torture you, or at least partially torture you, I think. So yeah, so Black Snape joined the list of celebrities who were basically going after Rowling, and Rowling released some stuff. Hang on, let me bring this down. I'm going to bring up the article I have for that, where at least I know where it is, so we can get her full comments, because that's only part of her comments. Let me get it right.
I just grabbed it from Dermy's tweet.
Oh, so you're watching Dermy's tweet? Dermy's tweets?
No, I responded to it.
Good job. No, just admit you just admit you follow his every social media posting with bated breath. Just admit it. Just admit it. All right, so this is the first one that she put up right here. Dang it. Zoom in. Here we go. In light of recent open letters from academia and the arts criticizing the UK Supreme Court ruling on sex-based rights, it's possibly worth remembering that nobody sane believes or has ever believed that humans can change sex, or that binary sex isn't a material fact. These letters do not but remind us of what we know only too well, that pretending to believe these things has become an elitist badge of virtue. Some argue that signatories of these letters are motivated by fear for their careers, of course, but also fear of their co-religionists, who include angry, narcissistic men who threaten and sometimes enact harm on non-believers, backstabbing colleagues, ever ready to report wrongthink, the online shamers and doxers, and, of course, the influential zealots in the upper echelons of liberal professions. Now, of course, she should also mention women. There are just as many women as men who are behaving in this way. But then there's the second one right here.
More, I would say.
Yeah. I don't have the power. When we're questioned about would she do anything about Papa Snape, his joining on to this, because she didn't directly call him out. When they said, will you have him fired for doing this? She says, I don't have the power to sack an actor from the series, and I wouldn't exercise it if I did. I don't believe in taking away people's jobs or livelihoods because they hold legally protected beliefs that differ from mine. Now, I think we'd have to go back in time to see if she participated in any cancel culture when it was at its height. What?
She has. Yeah, she has.
Yeah, she was pulling for Me Too pretty hard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and wasn't she one of the ones who wanted Trump thrown off Twitter originally, back when it wasn't owned by Elon?
So she's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
And she only says it now because even though this man, this Black Snape, is pushing against the one thing she breaks from the dogma for, she still believes in everything else they believe in.
Yeah, that's you got to remember that about Rowling. She is a hardcore leftist super feminist. She's just not she's just not into trans shit, right? Yeah. And that is the only reason, by the way, anybody on the left has ever attacked her.
Yep.
Because she agrees with everything else they say and always has.
Well, it's just like I've said before, if with the far left, you're either on the ship or you're off the ship. You're either 100% on, you disagree with one thing, they're going to throw you overboard, which is why they're failing so bad. But beyond that, when I was commenting on Dermy's thing, it was to say that, yeah, while I agree with the sentiment, I 100% agree. If you don't agree with me, I'm not going to take your livelihood. I have no intention of ever, that's just to me cringe and stupid. But she's also caught between a rock and a hard place, because the fact is, if she did get his job taken away, now she has another contingent. Now, not only are they going to call her a freaking transphobe, they're going to sit there and say she's racist. Yeah, because how dare she take a job away from a black man? So it's not like she really had a choice but to have this opinion. She could have very well wanted to get him fired. She just knows she can't.
I'm not sure she can though either. Like because I responded to Dermy's retweet of this earlier, and what I said to him, look, the fact is there's a bunch of people responding to this saying that, oh, she's an executive producer, she can do anything, and it's like, and they come from that perspective where they think that executive producers have like universal power across the board, and that's just not true. Executive producer, about half of the time, is an empty title thrown at some fuck up nephew of the studio heads just to keep them fucking happy. It doesn't mean anything. Kathleen Kennedy was an executive producer for years. She fetched fucking coffee.
Well, here's the thing, though. You have to also remember this. Supposedly, when the movies were being made, because a lot of times when they buy the rights to a book, the book still hasn't hit as big as it's gonna be, so they have a lot of kind of with the money to get the power they need and stuff. With Harry Potter, it was already a massive success before they sold the rights to the thing, and she retained a lot of the rights. I remember when they were making the movies, they had to clear a lot of stuff past her because she had ixnay control on it.
She had rules in place in the contract.
Yeah, she could say, I don't like that person, they don't fit the character I designed, get rid of them.
Everybody's got to be British was the primary rule.
Yeah. So to sit there and say that after all these years and all the success that she couldn't still have that wired in when they bought the rights, that she got, had ixnay control. If she doesn't like something, you're, like I said, in this case, they're not dealing with some writer who this is their first book and they know they can kind of, push around or offer a little extra money and they'll give up all power. She owns Harry Potter. She can do whatever the hell she wants with this. She knows what it's worth. So I wouldn't count her out to have power. Is the thing.
I mean, sure, but like, all I'm saying is that it's a possibility that she does not have as much power as the people in the chat think that she does. Like do we even know if this is the same contract? Right? Like
no, this is a different one. This is
this is a different one, but it doesn't mean she doesn't. Like I said, all these years later, that she wouldn't have said that same thing. Say, look, I know what my thing's worth. I know that I don't have to give you it if I don't want to. I have enough money to live on. I'm not going to hurt here. If you want to do Harry Potter, here's what it'll take. And she knows they'll buckle to her before she buckles to them.
Well, here's the thing. We did a lot of speculating leading up to to casting announcements, and I was on that. What I think now was a false hope train, thinking that she would understand that she needs to produce the best thing ever to maintain the legacy of the franchise, and she would not let them do fuck up shit. Well, we're staring at the fuck up shit right here.
Well, because she's okay with that.
Because in the end, she's probably okay with it. It doesn't bother her.
Oh yeah.
So, which is why she hasn't said anything about any of the castings. And the closer we get is this, where she will say, oh, people can say what they want, even if they're wrong. I won't cancel them. Even though, as we've already established, she has participated in cancel culture before.
Yeah.
When it suited her agenda.
We know she's okay with this because she's already tried to retcon Hermione. In the books, she's the whatever the plays that they did after the one where it's the kids, their kids. She already said that Hermione's now black, even though in her own books
it's okay. It's just an interpretation.
She's pointed out that she's a brown-haired white girl, but she just retconned that. Same thing with Dumbledore being gay. She may have intended Dumbledore to be gay from the very beginning, but she never said it till she jumped on board with the far left train and virtue signaling. And then all of a sudden she's all like, Dumbledore's been taking up the pooper his whole life. Funny you didn't say that before, but okay, now it's a big thing. So we know she's willing to retcon her own characters for her points and virtue signaling.
And here's the thing, and let's just shift this slightly to once again looking forward or not. When I say looking forward, I mean just oh shit on it. Bye. Looking ahead. Let me say, not forward. Looking ahead to the show. I think whatever damage has been done to the show, this doesn't have any effect on it, because the damage being done to the show is separate from this issue. Because the people who are angry at her about her anti-trainee stuff, they were already not going to watch the show. But the real fans who are likely angry about Black Papa Snape, they're now rejecting it for legitimate fan reasons. Because in the end, also, actual fans, also, I don't think, and you guys can say if you think I'm wrong, I don't think in the end they care about what she thinks about trainees.
No, they don't. And you're right. This is gonna. The thing is I probably wouldn't have watched it before because I don't like retconning characters, and this was a big red flag, especially what is gonna come with it. We know him being black. Now it's gonna be Harry's father and Sirius and Lupin are all gonna be racist because they picked on him because his skin color and all that stupid shit. We're aware of where that's going. So I wasn't already gonna probably watch this. But now with him making these comments, now what it does is it adds another level, because now it's not only they don't want to watch it because a character got retconned. Now they don't want to watch it because the character that got retconned is being played by an asshole. So it does further affect them. People.
I was going to review this either way. If it was going to be normal, it would have been a normal positive solo review. But now with the way turning to what it is, I'm turning this into a group review. As we get closer, I'm gonna put together a panel and we're gonna record a review for each episode, a discussion review, and break it down and complain about it. Because we were either gonna be happy review or angry review. It's gonna be angry review now. It's that simple. I don't see how it recovers. The agenda, we feel like we sniff it, we smell it, we taste it. It's going to be baked into this right now. So there we go. So JK talked about stuff. I don't think this moves the needle on anything related to the show. And people who love her. People who hate her. People who are indifferent are still indifferent. This is like the trend I've been seeing a lot of things lately. These things happen, and it doesn't change the reality of anything. This changes nothing.
Yeah, okay. I've just never understood people who would look. I read a bunch of different authors, and quite a few of them I vehemently disagree with on their personal takes or their political takes or religious takes or whatever. That has absolutely no bearing on their actual writing for me. My favorite author in the world was the late Sir Terry Pratchett. Right, I love reading that guy's shit. He's an excellent writer, and he believed a few things in real life that fucking disgust me, frankly, but I don't understand why people would, I don't know. I'd never attacked him. I never went after him. I never did any of that stuff. I just read the books and I was like, okay, so Terry's over there and the books are right in front of me. And that's just the way it was. Same thing with Neil Gaiman. I actually really like Neil Gaiman's fucking writing. I really do. Guy's a piece of shit.
See, I have a hard time in more often than not. Let's say like 8 out of 10 times, I have a hard time separating art from artist when I really learn about something, and especially if they show abhorrent behavior. So that's a problem I have, and I know it is. And sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't, and it also depends on when they do it. Like if they do it today, I'm probably not going to watch anything, but sometimes if I go back far enough, I'll say, okay, this is what I'm watching is so way far back, I can kind of disconnect it from the here and now. So that's just me, and I don't expect anybody to ever to have the same attitude I have.
Sure, yeah, but I don't know. This is one of those things I'm not aligned in a great many ways with J.K. Rowling. I'm not even a fan of her books. My kids are, but I'm not. I never sat down and read them. I never watched any of the fucking movies. I'm not a fan of like the franchise or whatever. I always thought it was silly. I still think it's silly, but I don't think it's anything to get upset over for her particular stances. It's like, dude, if you're a friend of if you're a fan of the IP, just be a fan of the fucking IP, right? She's already got your goddamn money. You're not going to hurt her. You know.
Yeah, and her usual response to people who behave like that is, "I sleep so well in my bed of money." She actually says shit like that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the shit she posts, and honestly, the
Yeah.
woman can be really funny sometimes.
Yeah. So I understand that, and I don't completely disagree with you. Listen, I think that the world of Harry Potter is an interesting, great world for young creatives, because but in the end, it's actually a pretty shallow world.
Right.
There's not a lot of depth to it, and
well, it was written for children initially.
It was
wasn't
young,
it?
yeah. It was. It took on a life of its own afterwards. But the Harry Potter world is a very light world. There's not a lot of depth to it, and I think it has been hitting above its weight class for decades. It's been fighting above its weight class because, to be perfectly honest, if Star Wars hadn't fallen the way it had, it would be still bigger than Harry Potter.
I mean,
Disney hadn't destroyed it.
Sure, but you could also call what happened with Harry Potter with that whole franchise a phenomenon, because it was a cultural phenomenon. Hardcore.
I remember not knowing what it was. I forget. I think it was, I want to say it was 99. I was home from college, and of course all the high school kids, we all came back, and we were going out one night, and the local Barnes and Nobles in Charlottesville was having an event. And the girls wanted to go to it. I'm like, we were like, why do you want to go? It's like, don't you understand? It's a Harry Potter release thing. Like, what the fuck is Harry Potter? I was just like, what the fuck is Harry Potter? I don't know what Harry Potter is. So we go into Barnes and Nobles, and there's children's, adults, everybody running around in Harry Potter cosplay shit. Running around screaming top of their lungs. That was my first exposure to Harry Potter.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is that Sam doesn't want to find out what house he belongs to.
Oh, I already know the answer to that. Like I said, this cultural phenomenon, dude. It changed the culture. There are certain things that are endemic now. I know what a goddamn muggle is, for example, and I you know, but no, I'm fucking Slytherin.
Yeah,
I would have guessed that.
I'm Gryffindor. I'm Gryffindor every time. I'm Gryffindor every damn time. Every damn time.
No, Amira made me take the goddamn test like 7 times. It came out with Slytherin like 5 of the 7.
Only once was I a different house than Gryffindor, and that's because I changed one answer, and it changed. But I've taken across literally all the tests, I'm always Gryffindor.
Well, because they always, like, most of those tests, the whole thing hinges on like 2 of the questions. They'll ask you 15, but they're all absolutely useless. The only ones that really matter are this: do you value this, or this? And that determines what house you have. Usually, it's easy to fool.
Yeah. So there you go, JK. I don't care. This doesn't change the show, and we still. Next time we'll care about anything with this is when they announce Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Yeah. Well,
and I am betting dollars to donuts Hermione's going to be brown.
That's what I'm guessing. I'm thinking Indian. No, they can't, because the ginger thing. I don't think they're going to, because they'd have to literally change the whole family. And so I think it'll be easier to just keep him ginger.
They're all going to be like Pakistan's immigrants.
It's much easier to make Hermione, as Dre would put it.
I think they're gonna make
Look at this half breed.
Thank you, Dre. It's much easier to make Hermione a half breed.
No, I think since they made Snape black, they're not gonna make her black. I think they're gonna make her Indian.
Well, that's why I said brown. That's why I said brown. And as Dre so elegantly puts it,
look at this half breed.
She's going to be brown, but she's going to be.
Yeah, you got to get him to cover Cher's song.
I can only ask him to do so much. He can only shield us from so much. So it's that's what it is. That's what I think it's going to be. I think that's what it's going to be. She'll be a half breed. Which in the terms of the leftist commie Marxist vocabulary, which means she's a full person of color. Then, because it's always forget your white half, only concentrate on the part that pigmented your skin.
Yeah.
I can't believe that the people who are always crying racism just can't seem to let go of that one drop rule, man.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I wouldn't even cared if from the very beginning when she wrote the books, she put her as a Indian or something, because there's plenty of Indians in England, the whole them conquering them and stuff. It makes sense, but that's not what she did. She made her a white girl. Everyone's seen her as a white girl. She's been portrayed as a white girl from the beginning. I don't like when you retcon shit like that. It's just, especially not for those reasons. If it had a practical reason, fine, but that's not what it would be for. So yeah, it's not that it doesn't fit her being Indian. It's that it's never been till they decided to push this shit on us.
When they go, Muggle, you kidding me? It's gonna take on a whole new meaning. Muggle, you real? Be real, Muggle. Okay, let's do something nice. I came across this today. I had never seen this, and I thought this is really freaking cool. So I think we can agree that Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is one of the best superhero movies of all time. Some might argue the best because of the passion elements. And
I wouldn't call it the best, but it's definitely up top tier. Yeah,
some, yeah, because it's always good to watch. Yeah. And I found this clip today of a behind-the-scenes shot when they were shooting some Doc Ock stuff. See, there's Molina, there's Raimi, and watch this. This is freaking cool.
Practicing and action.
This precious target is the fuel that makes this rocket go. They're only 25 pounds.
That's pretty funny.
I want to thank Harry Osborn and Osborn.
That is just freaking cool that Willem Dafoe was on set, because he did appear a couple shots in Spider-Man 2. So they might have had him on set, still had him around, and they surprised Molina to have him come in and basically read the lines for I thought this is cool as hell. Let's finish watching it.
Industry for providing it. That's a
I do like the movie, but I think the Japanese Spider-Man movie was so much better. Spooderman. What? Did I ruin on your parade again?
No. I'm just letting the silence of your take just weigh on you.
Oh,
I'm gonna weigh on you.
It's
okay. But I thought that I just thought that was really cool that they had Dafoe show up and do that, because he's Green Goblin, but it's also like Willem Dafoe. And another thing I want to bring up in this too, that I thought seeing this really cool. Look at the practical effects of the Doc Ock arms here for this scene. You don't get that anymore, man. This is effort. This is people making cool shit. And this is people having fun. And this movie is to me an example of fun. It always is. And I miss it. I miss it. I remember being excited for this movie and thrilled when it came out, and watching it over and over again. And I miss it. And then having my heart broken by Spider-Man 3. I hate that movie. Hate it with a passion. But I just wanted to share this and get your thoughts on it. And I just thought it was pretty cool that Willem Dafoe showed up. They had him on set and he read the lines. Because I love Willem Dafoe as an actor. I love him. He always gives any movie, even if I consider it a shit movie, his performance is always stand out because he brings it every time. Just like we were talking about last week with Rutger Hauer, Willem Dafoe brings it every time. He shows up to do the work, doesn't mail it in.
He's a good actor. I like him in most stuff.
Yeah, so it's good. So I just wanted to share that. You guys, any extra thoughts on this? Before I get rid of it, I just wanted to share it.
Sam's away, I think. That's why he didn't laugh at my joke.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't have laughed anyway.
Yes,
so we'll give Sam a chance to come back so he can comment. All right, you're here.
All right. Yep. Sorry, had a food delivery.
Oh, okay.
Tell that dickhead you would have laughed at my joke.
What joke?
Why don't you tell it again, devil?
No. I heard too much the first time.
He's like, all right, I'll repeat. He's like, I always like the Japanese version of Spider-Man better. Spoon
Oh,
it in.
yeah.
Spoon it
That's
in.
a terrible movie.
He gets it. He gets it.
Yeah, but my response was just silence, and I just let
Yeah.
the dead air hang there for a second.
Go fuck your luck dragon, dude.
Wow. I'm sorry. Did I touch a nerve? Did I hit a nerve? Seems like I hit a nerve. Somebody's not happy with something I
don't got
said.
nerves. You can't affect me.
But so Sam, I thought this was pretty cool to have Willem Dafoe show up on set and do and read the lines with the practical stuff there. And they just don't do this kind of shit anymore is part of it.
Well, half the time they're not even filming in the same location. Like you got two people in the same scene, they're standing 2 feet away from each other, and they weren't even on set in the same fucking day. You know, it's all camera tricks and CGI and green screen now. So yeah, this kind of thing is pretty rare, I'd imagine, especially in light of all the restrictions that they had over the last like 4 or 5 years in terms of like people gathering and all that shit. You know, and you know, and all that stuff. So yeah, they probably have completely changed how they even make movies anymore.
And that's why I thought this was cool the other way, because I said this while you were gone. The fact that they had the practical Doc Ock arms for the scene here.
Oh yeah,
that's just cool. That's freaking cool.
That's one of the reasons that they looked so good, because they used practical whenever they could.
Yeah, here, I'm going to wind it back while he's reading so you can just see this as it goes. When they see it's him.
Target is the fuel that makes this project go. There are only 25 clowns on the planet. I want to thank Harry Osborne and Osborne Industries for providing it.
The whole thing is cool.
Yeah.
They're having fun, but we get a look at great practical special effects, which is non-existent almost today in modern Hollywood.
And the worst thing is like somebody brought this up on Twitter earlier today that I don't remember who it was. Somebody I don't think I even know. But somebody had asked, you know, of course, you know, the CGI, is it just me or is CGI getting worse? And it is. And
yeah,
I think, but somebody else brought up this great fucking point. I don't think I've ever considered. CGI companies know how much they're worth now. Studios, you know, trying to save a buck on that shit here and there are going to get shit work in return.
And the problem is, you're absolutely right. It does look worse. And because the CGI they used in this movie 20 years ago looks better than the CGI today.
Same thing with Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
First Jurassic Park movie, the amazing CG compared to the shit we get now.
And that was combination, like with this, combination CG practical. So it was a different era where they took movie making seriously. And it wasn't just let's CGI everything up and fix it in post.
Well, also I think it's about the crunch too. You have these companies, they want to get the movies out as fast as they can, or they're fixing shit the whole time. They have to keep going back and fixing stuff, and all that. Good CG takes time. Good CG, you know, and so if they're not giving them the time to make it really look good, they're too busy going, no, we want this out by, you know, this month. Come on, guys. Maybe that's a part of it too, is they're just pushing them, trying to get shit done quicker than they should.
Well, they did the same thing with the essentially the end of the practical effects era. Like, I don't know if you guys saw Alien versus Predator Requiem.
No.
So that movie is dark. And I mean, yeah, it's got dark themes, but I mean, like visually very, very dark. It's very hard to make out almost half of the movie and what's going on in it. And part of the reason for that is because while they used, again, practical as much as they could, dudes in suits, the construction jobs on those suits were extremely rushed.
So they dimmed it.
They kept it in the dark so you couldn't tell how bad they looked. They had a couple of really great hero shots, but otherwise, yeah, almost the entire thing was blacked out on the screen just because they didn't want you seeing how bad the special effects and the practical effects were.
It's indicative of the beginning of the era we are now in, where it's more important to make sure agenda is shoved into every inch of the script, and that the actors can go out there and speak their minds and make sure that they're getting the virtue signaling back pats and let everybody know we're on your side or we're saying the right things, instead of just going out there and making a good movie. Because one of the other things I point out in this thing is that it looks like everybody's having a good time here, and they want to be there and they want to make the best movie possible. I don't think that exists today on sets. I think these overpaid, low-quality actors, because we are in the era, this is the worst era of talent in Hollywood in over 100 years. 90% of these people have no talent. We have a few holdovers from the 80s and the 90s and part of the 2000s who are still there, but they're the holdovers. They're the last dregs of when we had some decent talent there. Majority of the talent today are worthless, and they can only do one type of shtick over and over again. They have no versatility. They cannot change up. They're not good for multiple roles. They cannot transform themselves, and they're stuck in one type of genre or one type of role that will be repeated over and over again, no matter the genre.
Right.
Yeah.
Which means there's no ability to draw forth a believable experience on film to believe that this is a different character, a new character. No, we just see the actor every time.
You know, it's funny too when you say that it looks like they want to be there. They're having fun on set. Like they, you know, and you can almost always tell when actors, like after the finished product, you watch the movie, right? You can almost always tell when the actors actually wanted to be on set, when they wanted to make this thing, when they believed in it. No matter how good or bad it turns out, you can tell that they were into it, you know, by their performance. I just watched some outtakes like 2 days ago on Twitter of from Silence of the Lambs. Right? That is a dark fucking movie.
Yeah.
And they were having fun on set, dude. They were cracking jokes. There were, you know, multiple flubs and people laughing along with it. And I mean, it, you know, they had a couple of really great takes of Anthony Hopkins just kind of being Anthony Hopkins. You know, like they were having fun on that set, and that kind of movie, making that kind of movie can fuck a person's head up. You know?
Yeah. Or go back to that take that I know it reappears every once in a while from Raiders of the Lost Ark. After Indy and Marion escape from the tomb, there's a clip of everybody quickly resetting it so that they can do a prank on Spielberg when he comes around to check on it. And that's having fun. That's having a good time.
Well, the thing is, okay, take probably one of the biggest actors in Hollywood at this particular moment is Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
Every single role he plays Ryan Reynolds.
But I love it.
Yes, everyone does. But you can't take that and put it up against a seasoned actor like we used to have. Like you put him up against Tommy Lee Jones or Robert Duvall or
I knew you were going to bring those guys up.
Yeah, you knew it. Lonesome Dove. It happens every time. Anyway, those characters, when they could take a character and become it, and you believe them 100% that that's what they became that character. You just don't see that in any of the actors now. There's not a single one in Hollywood that I would say even remotely touch those guys. And and I would say they're not even as good as the generation before that, you know? And so it really is a shame that we have, Hollywood's essentially dead. I don't think anything.
But you bring up Ryan Reynolds as an example, and when Gal made me read that horrible article this afternoon, and I mentioned this. Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds of the movie. I said that earlier today, but you know what? He's aware of that. He does say what you about Ryan Reynolds 9 times out of 10, with like maybe a couple of exceptions, like that movie where he was buried alive. That's kind of a different thing for him. But 9 times out of 10, Ryan Reynolds is not trying to be more than Ryan Reynolds when he does one of these movies. And I have a couple on my shelf behind me. I have a couple of Ryan Reynolds movies on my shelf. So I at least have respect for the fact that he's not trying to pretend to be something that he isn't.
Do you guys remember when they used to say he was like discount Dane Cook?
Yes. Yes.
Well, the thing is Hollywood also is not even trying to create roles that could stretch his acting ability or test it. They spoon feed him his roles that are him.
At this point, he makes his own roles. At this point, he makes his own roles. He does his own projects at this point.
Because I mean, it used to be actors when they got kind of pigeonholed into a certain role, they prayed for that one role offered to them that it could break them out and make people see them in a different light because they were sick and tired of playing the same character. Like I said, I don't see Ryan Reynolds having a problem with it. I think he's all like, yeah, another me.
He's perfectly happy making the money.
That's kind of lame.
Perfectly. I'm okay with it. I'm a believer of if you have your niche, make your fucking money. Don't try to be more than you are. If you are what you are,
right? But like, even if you put him up against however you feel about the guy personally or whatever, but if you put him up against one of his contemporaries and his friends and occasional co-stars, Hugh Jackman, right? You look at Hugh Jackman's body of work, man. P.T. Barnum is not Wolverine, is not Robert Angier, man. He plays different characters. He gets into the roles, you know.
Well, also Hugh Jackman is also a stage actor. He does some stage stuff. So Hugh Jackman is more versatile than Ryan Reynolds. Never gonna say that. So I mean, listen. I'm not a huge Nolan guy, but Hugh Jackman in The Prestige is damn.
That was the last one I mentioned. Robert Angier. He was fucking incredible in that movie.
Yeah. I don't know the character name. I've only seen it like twice, so I don't know the character's name.
It's one of my favorite Nolan movies. It's pretty good.
I'm sure at some point it'll make its way onto drive-in. At some point it'll happen. But that's a good comparison. But see, Hugh Jackman also, he goes for the roles where he can get out of it what he wants. Like he'll take a break from doing movies and he'll go to Broadway and do shit and be gay over there. So but either way, as good as Hugh Jackman can be in some ways, he is still not at the level of what I'm talking about in ages past. He's a holdover. Hugh Jackman is a holdover from the 90s and the 2000s. He's not part of the current crop. And to my overall point is that it is just continually disappointing to watch people who do not have talent walk around and be praised as having talent, and we're forced to watch them put out these dreck movies one after another. And this is why I think I said this last week. This is why I don't care about new movies anymore. I don't. It's kind of pointless. At this rate, I only watch a new movie if it's a shit movie that I have to watch for channel purposes, or if you crazy people make me watch it. For example, if you are wherever right now, it's that time of the year for Saturday Night Drive-In.
I was gonna say, you almost said that time of the month. I'm all like, uh-oh.
Red rum.
What's wrong with you guys? It's that time of the year again for Saturday Night Drive-In, second quarter, where it's chat choice movie. So the submissions are open. I know some of you, John. I know Kratos. Kratos has submitted his suggestion for this year, for this quarter.
So have I.
So have you. So it's out there, and we've got more than we have had before. This is the most suggestions we've had yet. So you guys will make us watch it. And so far, they're all legitimate movies. No utter schlock. No schlock has been put in there yet. Some things I definitely have no interest in watching. Some of the movies that have been suggested. I won't say what, but if whoever I give to the third party this time, which will be a different person, because Kratos has been helping us out, but since Kratos has submitted a suggestion this time, he cannot be the third party that I will hand it off to. So I have to find somebody in another 2 weeks who has not submitted a suggestion to choose 4 movies, and we put it into a poll, and you guys will choose it. But that's a way to make me watch something on the one. Or if you join me on the Daily Dive at 1 p.m. Eastern every day, if you submit $30, you can make me review something, be it an episode of television or a movie. You can make me do it on a live review. That is another way to make me review shit I don't want to watch. Now, of course, the caveat is you got to give me 1 to 2 days before you get your return on your investment, because I have to first find time to watch it and then watch it and then get ready to give the review. But you would get it. Oh, we lost him again. You would then get it for your investment there. So there you go. Devil, I have to pimp my shit. I've been trying to get better at that. So hail and howdy, everybody. All right, hope you guys are having a good time right now. As soon as Sam gets back, I will broach our next topic. I technically have 3 things, which I guess we'll roll into the next one as Sam comes back, because it is part of the news today. There he is. So this is news of today. We all know that the Thunderbolts is struggling, right? It's not doing well.
I haven't been paying attention, honestly. I've heard people saying, "Oh, it's a hit. It's doing all this stuff." I was like, "Okay, well, I mean, good for it." Whatever.
No, Sam. It's doing worse than Black Bolt and Captain America.
Okay.
Yeah, it's making less money, and it's not doing well. But then they did a thing today. So Sam, you don't know what it is. Devil, do you know what they did today?
I put one in the private chat if it's the thing I'm thinking of. Or not private chat, your chat.
Yeah, I have this happened today, of course, because I've been streaming all day. I didn't get to make any videos in this, so we're going to talk about it now. They changed the name of the movie.
What?
Because Sam, do you know what happened in the movie? Do you want me to give the quick rundown of what happened at the end?
I heard a rumor that somebody's head got popped.
No.
Yeah, so I was wrong then.
No. At the end of the movie, our ragtag band of MCU rejects, with the exception of Bucky, who's just been reduced to a shell of himself. When it's all said and done, they are now the new Avengers. Sam.
Oh.
The asterisk meant their name is changed. So they did a big old thing today. All the promotional material, all the posters, the Wheaties box, everything has been rebranded the new Avengers. Here's the cast doing it. There's Florence Pew Pew peeling it off. The new Avengers. And they're trying to pull it off like this is some big freaking deal.
So this is also incorrect as far as the comic book goes, as far as I know, because the new Avengers were like people like Wiccan and Hulkling and that sort of thing, right? The offspring of the original Avengers. These guys, the Thunderbolts, was a team that was commissioned by Norman Osborn when he became basically head of Homeland Security as Iron Patriot. Right, that was a totally different thing. That was in the Dark Reign storyline, I think. And the Thunderbolts were basically villains who were a Marvel version of Suicide Squad, forced to work for the government,
and headed by Thunderbolt Ross, which is why they were called the Thunderbolts.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's so lame. The fucking so the new Avengers are all people who couldn't make the fucking cut of the actual Avengers. None of these are even B or C list freaking heroes. They're all the dredges, and we're supposed to see them as the new Avengers. It's the same thing in all the commercials where they're sitting there going, "This is the best Marvel movie since Endgame," and shit. It's just this bullshit. They're freaking trying to gaslight everyone into thinking this is fucking something great when no one gives a shit.
And all right, so then Sam, I doubt you know what happened in the post-credit scene, so I'm going to tell you that. Okay?
No, I have no intention of watching this shit, man.
Well, I saw the post-credit scene on Twitter. I haven't watched this movie. I have one MCU movie left in me for the year, and that will be Baby Steps, because that's a different situation than this. But I have seen the post-credit scene because it's been up on Twitter for a few days. So in the post-credit scene, it's 14 months later after they're now the new Avengers. They're living in Avengers Tower, New York. And, Kratos. As I said, Bucky is a shell of himself, though. According to people who've watched the movie, Bucky does jack shit in the movie. He gets cucked some more. He gets disrespected some more.
Critical Drinker kind of eviscerated this movie.
Yeah. So at the end of the movie, so it's 14 months later. These rejects have been playing at being the Avengers for just over a year, and they return from a mission all bitching and moaning and talking about how Black Falcon Sam, America, is suing them for the rights to use the name Avengers.
Oh, my God.
He's suing them. And at one point, they say, well, Buck, haven't you spoken to him? You guys are friends. And he said, I spoke to him. It didn't go well. Well, if you remember 5 minutes ago, during the middle of his congressional run, Bucky goes to see Sam and gives him the pep talk, and Sam's like, thanks, man, I love you. Okay, forget that. I'll forget all that then. So then they're bitching going in. Meanwhile, what's going on? Here comes Red Guardian dressed in weird, douchey merch that he's like, oh, we are the Avengers. Let's all be together wearing this. He makes his stupid comedy that falls flat. Meanwhile, there's a disturbance in space, and they get a lock on it, and they get a visual. And it's the Fantastic Four ship that we're going to get in baby steps. So Pedro and his merry clan of rejects have joined these rejects in the MCU Prime. Movie ends. Are you excited? Are you? Does this spur you to want to go see Baby Steps?
No, I already wasn't going to watch that movie, even if it was good. I don't like the fucking Fantastic Four. I think they're a shit team. I have always thought they were a shit team.
I agree.
The only one of them who's worth a damn is Ben Grimm, and only when he's on his own.
Yeah. We talked about that a week ago.
Yeah.
So this is this movie. This is it. And now because it had a flop of an opening weekend where it made less than Black fucking Captain America, and their listed budget is $180 million, the miraculous same exact budget of that they listed for Black fucking Captain America, which means this movie by their metrics, and I think the budget's probably a little bit higher, probably at least over $200 million, especially with all the marketing they've done. This movie needs to make between $450 and $500 to break even. Black fucking Captain America didn't hit that. This movie's not going to hit it. Another flop. I'm
also curious, though, because they did kind of set up this whole new Avenger thing with Sam and Yelena at the end of what fucking movie was that?
I mean, TV show?
No, this was it. No, this would have been.
I mean, Yelena's
this would have been prior to Endgame, I think.
No, Yelena only appeared after Endgame in the Black Widow movie, and then she appeared in the Hawkeye show.
Maybe it was the Black Widow movie, the end credits of the Black Widow movie. But didn't they kind of set up that Yelena was going to be on the new Avengers and Sam was going to be leading them?
They've been doing that. I mean, they've been teasing that shit around for a while because nobody know. Well, up until Black Falcon Captain America in this movie, nobody knew what the state of the Avengers was in the MCU. Nobody knew. And then we learned in Black Falcon Captain America they aren't there. And now here we are in this movie, which takes place relatively in the same period of time. Suddenly they're the new Avengers. And they're a joke team. Because I mean, think about it like this. I saw a poster. I saw a meme today of placing this poster right here, this one right here, up against the Avengers Assemble moment in the first Avengers movie, where they've all gathered and they're ready to fight the Chitauri hardcore.
Should have put it up to the "She's Not Alone" moment.
And the caption says, "Who you got?" And here's my response, and I want your take. I want your take on this. My response to I didn't put it out there. This is my thoughts on it. If you take, let's play it fair and legitimate. Okay. One, Steve and Bucky will cancel each other out because they are of equal strength, as we've seen from Winter Soldier and beyond. Sam and Bucky are equal, but then you've got two lesser super soldiers in Red Guardian and U.S. Agent. Okay. Thor alone could wipe the floor with both of them.
Oh, Thor could actually wipe the floor.
Take out the whole team.
4 of them.
Yeah, I know, but let's make it that everybody's can be
like if we're power scaling. Let's be honest about Thor. He's a god.
Yes, I know. Well, let me keep going. Now you still got Tony. You've got Natasha. You've got Hulk, and you got Clint, Hawkeye. Natasha beats Yelena. She beats her. She's a superior Black Widow, hands down. Then you got Ghost. Taskmaster's dead. She isn't there anymore. Ghost. Tony takes out Ghost in a second. There's no way he wouldn't have some tech ready to
crack it. Yeah.
Yeah. So then all they've got left is Bob, aka Sentry / Void. Now, let's play the game. Sentry is ultra powerful. I don't know how accurate the representation of him is in this movie. We know that the Void representation wasn't that accurate compared to what I've seen talked about in the recent days, but Sentry is massively powerful. Essentially, a virtual Superman clone in terms of power levels.
Yeah. He is Marvel's answer to Superman, but he is also mentally unstable to an insane and schizophrenic degree, which makes him a real problem.
Yes, but he's on this team. Currently is Bob, because the whole point of the end of the movie was Sentry. When it got revealed, he aced the entire team, but then turned into Void and started yeeting people off the street. And then they had to talk about depression and make people happy and stuff like that.
So, that's I don't get that shit. I don't think that was part of Sentry's original lore. Yeah.
From what I understand in the movie, it was executed poorly, from what I understand. Yeah. Now, let's say he's Sentry and he's in control of himself and Void isn't going to leak out. All right. I think and I don't know by comic rules. I'm just going by movie rules, okay? I don't know comic rules for this, so I'm be picked off. I think that between at least Hulk, Thor, and Tony, they could take him.
I don't know if I would if Tony lasts seconds, because Sentry is like leagues beyond Thanos. And Thanos almost fucking killed him. But
when they did that World Breaker,
like Tony's kind of like Batman with enough prep time.
Yeah,
World Breaker Hulk from World War Hulk actually beat the Sentry by himself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So, but that's when he's in that level. He can, but yeah, normally strength wise, I think that Sentry can take the Hulk normally.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But
normally,
here's the thing:
but Hulk can't die, so the more he gets pounded by Sentry, the more he's going to get angry, and the stronger he's going to get. Right.
So, but my overall point is this:
you can knock the Hulk out. There is a point where you can beat the Hulk physically. He might not kill him, but he can physically put him out cold, and then he revert back to Banner.
My point is this: with the exception of Sentry, who's a wild card, who may or may not even be available, this entire team gets wiped out by the original MCU Avengers. Not even a contest.
Oh, absolutely.
But the addition of Sentry, it muddies the waters because, like Sam said, Sentry is a schizophrenic nut job who might not be Sentry. And even though he's got insane power levels, it's not like he's constant. Because they even make a joke in the post-credit scene. Oh, if we only had a Sentry to fly up to see spaceship. And Bob's like, oh, I can't do the Sentry, guys, but I did the dishes.
See, Sentry was on the Avengers briefly, but he's never been a permanent part of any team because he can't be trusted to stay in his right mind. Fact is if he has an episode, he could crack the planet in half.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't want that. So, and he doesn't want that either. Like when he is in his right mind, when he's in his like good days, he stays the fuck away from people and doesn't get involved in anything because he doesn't want to hurt anybody, especially not if he has a shift in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it makes it an interesting character. It's an interesting way to neutralize a Superman level character, basically make them unstable and basically not be able to be used even in a real crisis situation. But I still think this is all sloppily used, and I hate it that fake fans who are supporting this are trying to say that this team with him are worthy of it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an exercise in futility right now because the MCU is done. It's not good. It's not going to recover. Right now, my equation for the year is proving correct. When I said you start off with Black Falcon, Captain America, you're going back farther with all the Agatha crap, last round of TV shows, even though that was still technically last year, I think. But you have Black Falcon, Captain America, flop, legitimate flop, despite how much they tried to gaslight as to how great it was supposed to be. This comes out. This ain't good. In a month and a half, Williams Ironheart.
Oh, I have so much to say about Ironheart.
And at the same time, I almost forgot because guess what? Everybody else already has. Daredevil Born Again flopped. That flopped. So 4 projects before Baby Steps are all going to be mythic failures for Disney MCU. And then where's the excitement when you get to Baby Steps? None. No enthusiasm. Nothing. And that movie will cost more than $200 million. I don't want to hear a $108 million budget for that CGI fuckfest. I don't want to hear it.
The literal only thing in the pipe that I see is Doom, because Robert Downey Jr., even though he's not in Iron Man, he might still draw some of the fans back. But is what they're going to do with X-Men. And
that is going to be a disaster. Have you heard the?
It might be, but it still might bring people in because people love the X-Men. They're A list.
Well, think about like
right off the bat.
The normies. Normies are normies. They're going to do what they're going to do. But I don't think there's enthusiasm either way. Not because they're bringing back. They're not even bringing in the last round of the live action X-Men. They're going all the way back to the 90s live action X-Men for this move for Doomsday. Sir Ian, Sir Patrick, Femke. They're going back to that farm, Marsden. They're bringing those guys in.
Yeah, but like I said, when as far as superheroes go, the X-Men, just like Spider-Man, just like they're the A-listers. So unless they do something so egregious with them that will really like make Wolverine blatantly gay, otherwise it'll draw people in. It doesn't matter. Comics. It's very true, but
he effed Hercules.
He also got picked by Scott,
and no one was happy with that. But like I said, unless they do something so egregious, the fact is, just saying Wolverine's going to be in it, just saying the X-Men is going to be in it, is going to draw people in, and so I think that's pretty much the only thing I foresee in the future for Marvel Studios that is going to probably have a modicum of success. Every other thing leading up to it looks like shit and has no interest for anybody.
I don't think there's anything they can do to generate enthusiasm for even that. I don't. Listen, you know what would get me? The Cavalry. That would get me interested. The Cavalry, because that clip from Wolverine, I love it every time. But they don't have the balls to do it. They don't have the creative power to come up with a good story. They will just make another butchered storyline like they've been doing for the past 5 years.
Me and you might have to make a bet on that.
Hey,
you bet that it's gonna fail. I'll bet that it's
listen,
gonna be a success just because.
We're not. We can't make a bet till they have a movie. All right, so we'll table
as
that.
It gets closer. Yeah, as it gets closer,
we'll table that discussion. Because have you heard the rumors from what the plot of Doomsday is? Have you heard this? I heard some rumors the other day. All right, so from what the rumors tell me, Robert Downey Doom, because that's what we'll call him for now. We don't know if he's Victor Von Doom. We'll call him Robert Downey Doom. Robert Downey Doom is searching the multiverse for 3 artifacts to complete his master plan. I'm going to give you a guess what you think these 3 artifacts are before I tell you what they are.
Are they something we've known?
2 is artifacts, 1 is somebody's ability. Okay.
Are these things that are known in the comic books, and it's not like something they made up just for the movie?
No, these are things that have been blatantly in the MCU these past few years. You have seen
so they're in the movies then. So the M'Kraan crystals read out then.
Yeah. Visible things we've seen. These are no surprise things. These are active.
Well, the Infinity Gauntlet's going to be one of them.
No.
Seriously? I'm surprised.
No.
Mjolnir?
Well,
nope. I'll give you each 2 more guesses. You each get 3.
Oh, that's not fair. I'm trying
Bucky's
to think of
arm.
No, Bucky's arm. No.
I'm trying to think of something that has some sort of power, or has something that could do.
Vibranium.
Oh.
No. All right, Sam's
done. Iron Man's heart. His
No.
thing? No.
You guys were thinking practical.
source?
I'm now going to tell you the stupid.
All
They're
right.
stupid. No, Cloud, you're wrong on both accounts. The first thing he's looking for, the rings of power, Shang-Chi's 10 rings.
Oh,
The second thing, Ms. Marvel's negabands.
Oh my god.
And
which
finally,
were stupid and made up for the movie, by the way.
Yes.
And
Oh.
finally, America Chavez, so he can take her portal punching power.
Oh god. So they had to bring in the two most gayest, lamest fucking characters that they
How's he gonna
pushed into
find her
shit.
without her portal punching power?
Oh,
I don't
fucking Christ.
know, but that's the rumor I heard, that he's looking for these
So
things so he
gay.
can enact his master plan and probably make be God for Doom World in fake Secret Wars when he smashes the realities all together. Now, of course, he needed, I believe, the cosmic cube to become God Doom, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but he also gets punished heavily by Odin for that.
True, but that's at the end.
You know?
Well, Odin's not there anymore in the MCU because he
he's
Minecrafted
dead.
himself.
Yeah.
Which is, stupid. Now you've got Valkyrie as king of Asgard.
God, talking about this lame gay shit is fucking depressing.
And so Devil, do you want to
Valkyrie does
adjust?
have a big swinging dick.
Do you want to adjust this future bet of that people will still be enthusiastic after Doomsday and Secret Wars?
Yeah,
X-Men.
Because, like I said, it doesn't matter. You'll still get the normies who will go, "Oh my God, Robert Downey Jr. Oh my God, X-Men."
I think that's a limited. I think that's a limited effect at this point. The fact that they've announced him so ahead. I mean, it would have been better if they kept it a secret that he was in the movie.
But they're also going to bring back as many of the original Avengers.
Oh yeah, because the rumors are
can.
also that Chris Evans will be back as Steve Rogers, but as Captain Hydra.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, let's bring that. Let's bring that into reality again. That clusterfuck of a thing that ruined Captain America.
Well, they've already got Julia Louis-Dreyfus playing Madam Hydra. So why not?
Why not? Because remember, it's all multiverse, multiple reality. Because remember, everybody may forget it, but the multiverse saga Phase 4, remember it, where everything that happened was inconsequential. Every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know what somebody mentioned this in another stream, so I have to bring it up. Remember that apparently living on the moon right now. What's her name? Who played? Who's in Game of Thrones? Targaryen chick. What's her name? Emilia Clarke. Remember her character Gaia, who absorbed everybody's powers. She's just hanging out on the moon, not doing anything right now.
Who the fuck? Wait, like, when did this happen?
In the Secret Wars TV show where Sam Jackson married Skrull.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot that even happened. I watched that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not doing homework for these movies anymore.
Remember her flexing with the Batista arm? Remember that?
Yeah, she becomes the most powerful hero in all of the MCU. Yep.
The biggest most powerful Waymans of all time.
Yep.
And she's just chilling on the moon, from what I heard.
Till she decides to come down and save the day, I'm sure.
I mean, Blue Avalon is supposed to be on the moon too, as well as the Watchers.
Yeah, the Watchers.
Right. The Blue Avalon being the city of the Inhumans, which they completely
do you remember
fucked up back
they already
in the
fucked
day.
that up with the TV show. They already fucked that up.
Yeah, oh, they fucked up so bad.
I gave that like 5 minutes and turned it off. I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
Right, but they brought Black Bolt back for Doctor Strange's mom.
Yeah, and he got turned to nothing.
Right, but he's just the leader of the Inhumans. He's not all of them.
Yeah,
not by a long shot. They're another race like the mutants.
Well, that was also multiverse. That was not MCU Black Bolt.
Yeah.
So,
and if they're bringing Fantastic Four in, I mean, if they were gonna reboot the Inhumans stuff, this would be the way to do it.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time they brought the Inhumans in, and they fucked up every single time. They tried to bring it in during Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was absolute crap. They tried to do it with their own show. Crap.
They had to do that because they didn't own the right to the words mutant at the time. They couldn't use mutants because of Fox. Fox still. But
it doesn't change the fact that every single time they've tried to do Inhumans, they can't fucking do them worth a shit.
But that's the only reason they did the Inhumans is because they couldn't use mutants because of Fox at the time. That's the only reason they did that.
But it still turned out bad.
Well, yes, except for what's her name, Chloe Bennett, who played Daisy Johnson. I do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I do all kinds of
I,
things.
look, I didn't hate every Inhuman character that they had, but you're right. It was sort of like season 4, like the end of season 4 of Heroes, right? Where all the Carney folk were, and they were supposed to be this kind of impressive collection of superpowered individuals, and they were just kind of sideshow freaks, and that's sort of what the Inhumans became in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. And now because of those 2 attempts failing so bad, now they become kind of like this jokative thing that I just don't think they would be taken seriously if they tried again, which is sad because it is.
Because there are just one of the things that the Fantastic Four has been good for is introducing a lot of side characters who are interesting, like the Inhumans, like Galactus and the Silver Surfer,
Dude,
like Doctor Doom, for crying out loud, one of the greatest fucking comic villains of all time.
I'd love a real Silver Surfer movie. That'd be awesome. That'd be cool. I'd like that. We're not going to get that. We got.
I would have liked the real Doom movie.
Mistake.
At this point,
yes.
At this point, yes. All right, so there's that. This movie's going to bomb. It's what it's leading up to is going to fail miserably, and we will be remarking on it for years to come. Because we do get a few more years of this. We do. Because it will make it to Secret Wars. I doubt it for a while if it would, but they will make it Secret Wars. Because although we're not going to talk about it because I will have to be paid to talk about that. The whole Trump tariff thing, they have officially shut down Doomsday production in England right now. They shut it down. They stopped production on Doomsday at the moment. So good luck with that. I laughed the whole thing. I laugh at the whole thing.
It needs a complete fucking rewrite.
Yep. Anyway, okay. We've got one more thing. Sam knew this one was coming because he was there when it was brought to my attention. Now, this may or may not be a annoying or good, and there probably are a couple of good things on here, a couple of which I know I have yet to play, but you guys have played it. What we have here is a Kotaku article.
I hate you.
Me too.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm gonna kill your luck dragon.
Why are they still making these articles? Didn't Kotaku go under?
No, that was Polygon.
God damn it!
No, y'all take away my luck dragon. Y'all shit on my thunder tank, and you stab me in the back with May the 4th crap. So,
hey, no, I you know what? Fuck you, dude. You know what happened with me? Right, Static gets a hold of me like a week and a half ago, and he's like, "Hey, on the 4th, can you do this thing?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'll think about it, I guess." And then I put it out of my head. And yesterday, I fucking woke up halfway through your show. That's when I started my day, so I missed all of the beginning of that stuff. And I happened to catch Gal's little video, and then I saw Devil's, and I saw a bunch of other people's videos on Twitter. I was like, "Fuck, that was today." So I slapped that fucking short together in like fucking 10 minutes, man. It was completely.
Gal had to tell me you had done it because I wasn't checking anything anymore.
Yeah,
he's like, Adam, check Twitter. I'm like, what? This is why I need a producer to check Twitter for me.
She pointed me to the timestamp, and I watched. What's funny to me is that, and I think I mentioned this to Devil last night. You watch the short, and then you go into this like fucking 5 straight minute rant about how me and Devil are always raining on your parade. It was glorious.
Great. Okay, so top 25 games so far of 2025. Or best. No, I'm sorry, just best games. It just says best games, not 25. Sorry, I don't know where I got that from. All right, so let's see what they have to say. First one, Expedition 33. Okay, from all accounts, this is great, and I will be playing it within the next 10 days. My copy should arrive within the next 10 days.
Nope,
and
it's
I'll
French.
be streaming it. Oh, stop it! You sound like Kel.
I don't know if you've been paying attention to my channel, but I've kind of been on an anti-France kick lately.
Well, that's okay. It's okay to be anti-France, but
they're fucking French.
Well, of course, fuck the French. But this game looks really freaking good. A real classic JRPG type of game, turn-based, good kind of shit. So I'm looking forward to playing this. It'll arrive in the next 6 or 7 days. No, 6 or 7 days. 6 or 7 days should get here, and I'll be streaming it alongside Lunar Remastered when that arrives too. All right, so this is okay. I'm okay with this because for all intents and purposes, this looks like it's doing really well. People who I trust who played it say it's good, and they're looking forward to seeing how I react to it. So I'm okay with that. Oh, there are 25 of them. Okay. Blueprints. I've heard of this. You guys heard of this one? It's some sort of inspection. I know that Az and Mahler played it intensely for a week and then had a competition about it. Blueprints, first-person puzzle exploration, fine but underwhelming. Roguelike deck-building elements, and we feel like it was being unnecessarily stifled by bad luck. Yeah, I guess not my kind of game. Not remotely my kind of game. So
sounds like an RNG's Fun Fest.
But I know, like I said, Az and Mahler were obsessed over it for like a week, where they played it repeatedly and then had a competition to see who could beat it the fastest.
Yeah, but they're English, aren't they? Or
yes,
you know, British at least.
Well, Mahler's Welsh.
Yeah, but still Brit.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know if this is worthy because I saw it, but I haven't heard much else about it. If Az and Mahler hadn't been playing it, I wouldn't know this game existed. I wouldn't. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. 100 Line Last Defense. I've heard of this game. It's another anime RPG. 100 Line Last Defense Academy feels like a developer. 2 Koi Games is finally living up to the promise. The studio co-founded by, I'm not even going to say that. I can never pronounce that franchise's name. All right, so it's a tactical RPG. Okay, so it's a tactical RPG. These games do well, but they are not generally super popular. But I've heard of it. I think it's got some jiggle bits in it. I think I read up on it where basically, if I believe correctly, you are a team that keeps delving deeper into dungeons and there's demons and shit like that. And you're looking for like I don't know, something like that. But I've heard it's decent, but I don't know if I would say
standard RPG stuff.
It's tactical RPG stuff, yeah. So it's all right. Yeah. I mean, I guess we could watch these trailers, but then again, this is on. I'd have to change the thing. Do we want to? I don't care about the trailers. Do you guys care? I don't care about the trailers.
No.
There is one trailer I do want to watch after this.
Really.
Something I saw today that looks really freaking cool. When we're done with this one, I do have a trailer I want to watch because it looks really cool. Next, Last Records, Bloom and Rage.
Never heard of that.
Supernatural young adult. Fuck this. Nobody
I feel
plays
like
this
we're looking
game.
at the list of like indie games on fucking
Fucking what?
Sam cut out.
Shitternet.
Your net is dead.
Shitternet.
Yeah, it got bad for a second.
Right.
But I feel like we're looking at the list of like indie games on PSN.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
This one definitely.
Like, I've never heard of any of these.
I know exactly.
Except for the first one.
Yeah. So this is a nothing. Let's throw this on here, and I guarantee it's got gay shit in it. I'll guarantee. Look at this chick. Screams agenda. All right, what's next? We watched Static play this. This game looked like shit.
I've heard the name, but I have no idea what.
I watched Static play this for an afternoon. This game was dog shit. What we gather from it is you are retracing your history where your family had a mean white you have a mean white grandma, and you're half breed. Your black history in Louisiana, and fighting giant weird monsters that you need to bottle the pain, and you need to. It's watching Underground Railroad shit. This thing has agenda all over it. It's garbage. I watched Static play it. It was dumb. It does not deserve to be up here at all. Oh God! This entire list has just been invalidated.
Yeah.
There is no way this is a good game. This is one of the biggest disasters. Just to compare it to Expedition 33, they want to run around saying we have 2 million players. They won't tell us how many copies have sold. Expedition 33 keeps coming out and giving us numbers of what they've sold over the past few weeks.
Dude, remember how they were pushing this and it was everywhere, and now all of a sudden it just disappeared. It literally disappeared overnight.
You're right.
Because they realized there's no way they can sell it as a success, and so they just abandon it and act like it doesn't exist.
Oh, because it's a failure, and nobody's playing it. Nobody will play it. And Ubisoft, they had 2,500 people plus working on this game, and it's a failure. And they had 30 former Ubisoft devs that made Expedition 33, and it's a massive success right now. Well, not massive, just a success. I mean, yeah. So you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, give me a break. Failure. No. Just no. Retirement years of Sherlock Holmes. What are him and Watson gay together? Fun, delightful voice cast of a AAA game. No, this you cannot put something up here like this as a great game of 2025 so far. No, I don't care.
I think I did hear about that one. Actually, it's supposed to be kind of like the retirement home of video games. I guess I don't know.
Right now, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Okay, you guys can speak to this one. How do you should be on the list?
Yeah, I mean, when you have so few games that came out this year, they're worth even talking about. Yeah, it would definitely. We're playing it every Sunday. Yeah, I like it.
Well,
yeah, but I'm also not I'm not like Sam could speak to it more because he's played every single title in the damn series. But as far as a newbie who hasn't played too much Monster Hunter coming into it, I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, see, I value your opinions on this, and I can understand the games I have played the games before. So, all right, that's worthy.
Yeah, honestly, my biggest gripes with it is some of the story, and then my biggest gripes are some of the story is retarded. And there's a few like retcons to lore that I'm not super happy with. But beyond that, my biggest gripe is that it's by comparison to previous titles, kind of easy.
Easy mode. Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, I mean, not. I wouldn't call it an easy game. I just would say by comparison to previous Monster Hunters, yeah, it's definitely geared towards normies and newbies.
Me.
After Love EP. A heartfelt narrative focused on social sim and rhythm elements that puts you inside the shoes of Rama, a musician who recently lost his partner and essentially went into hiding for. Oh, fuck off! Just fuck off.
There are games that.
Wait, you already had this one up there.
Yeah,
they just repeated it. What the fuck?
There are games that are based in weird situations that can be successful. That one doesn't sound like it. Some freaking depressed guitarist fucking sounds like fun. Kiss my dick.
I've heard that this is made for girls, this game, and I believe Sydney Sweeney will be starring in a movie adaptation now.
But don't you know that 50% of all gamers are girls?
Shut up, devil. Avowed, we know the disaster that Avowed was.
Oh yeah,
this was a complete disaster. It's disaster level on the same, just it's not at the level of a Creed, Assassin's Creed Shadows, because that was an expensive game, but this is a disaster. Social media disaster. Game sucked. Nobody plays it anymore. Done.
But it's better than Dustborn.
Is it?
They didn't have to pull it from shelves. And
all right, now people love this game. I've been hearing nothing but people who like the Yakuza franchise love this game.
I haven't heard anything of it.
It's a lot of insane fun, apparently. Just insane.
So it's like Yakuza, but with pirates.
Yeah, Yakuza, La Pirates. These games are so over the top insane, and the fan base loves it. So this is a legitimate hit because people really like this stuff. What? Part Cyberpunk RPG, part gig economy sim. Citizen Sleeper 2 expands on the incredible first game with a much more expansive world, more characters, new systems. Oh, great. Homework. Yeah, don't care. Never heard of it. Elder Magnolia. Bloom in the Mist. A Nintendo game. Listen, if it's on Nintendo and not first party, nobody gives a fuck. Essentially, nobody gives a fuck. Dynasty Warrior Origins. I don't like the Dynasty Warriors games. Not because I don't like the history. I just don't like giants smash them, kill hundreds at a time, shit like that. I don't like it.
I like Dynasty Warriors. I've played every single one since 2. 9 was absolute crap, and damn, I don't know if the series could come back, but I did hear from a friend that this is actually a pretty decent game, so I might try it at some point. But
it's got a dedicated fan base. The Origins games have massive dedicated fan bases.
Yeah.
Stay away from Lubu.
Yeah, always stay away from Lubu.
Yeah. I bet Devil pursued Lubu once or twice.
Oh, dude, that fucker! I always, whenever I get any of the games, because they're all pretty much the same. I always, get that cocky moment where you're like, I think I can take.
I think I can take him this time.
No,
now listen,
2 hits and you're like running down.
I only played one of these, and of course I was Guan Yu because Guan Yu's a badass. But I always preferred the Romance of the Three Kingdoms version of what that toy Tecmo would put out because of the strategy game aspect, and in those. You could beat Lubu. It's hard. You got to use strategy in the one-on-one combat because you could beat him in war, but I always want to beat him in one-on-one combat because I want to take his gear. I want to take his horse. I want to take his spear. I want to take this stuff. So you could beat him, but it's rough. Lubu is the dude was a one-man army, mythically.
My favorite character was Guan Ning, but you always had to play through the game like 2 times before you fucking got him. So it was always. You had to work your ass off just to get that character, but he was my favorite.
No. See, I love it how I said stay away from Lubu, and both Devil and Sam were like, yeah, we get it. Stay away from Lubu.
Yeah, that's sort of like that one boss in, I think it was Armored Core 3, right? You're in the middle of this city, and you come upon this dude in a mech suit, and he goes, commencing hostilities, and he fucking means it. He was like, no, cease commencing hostilities. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Anyone who played the game, there's not enough pork buns nor Mushu potions to help you beat Lubu.
Sam, I saw you were playing Armored Core Rubicon a little bit ago. How you like that?
Well, I started playing it last year with when.
I remember.
I just picked it back up again to dick around a little bit.
Yeah, I forgot. We already talked about that a year ago. Yeah, because you got stuck at a point. You're like, fuck it.
Yeah, don't cross the Rubicon.
I only beat it once. Maybe I'll go back and play it again someday. Get the other 2 endings. All right. I totally forgot you'd played it. I totally forgot until you're like, yeah, I picked it up. I'm like, wait, memories returning. Yes, we've talked about this. Never mind. Keep driving. I'll keep driving off this choice. Never heard of it. Fuck it. Eternal Strands. RPG doesn't need an RPG doesn't need to be bigger than Skyrim to be good. Eternal Strands gets this. Instead of offering massive sandbox, third-person physics focused fantasy RPG provides exciting combat and the smaller, more detailed zones to explore. Get ready to climb big monsters and chuck small creatures off cliffs and colorful indie RPG. Well, it might be good.
Based on that description, I don't see any real issues.
Yeah, but I'm not looking at it right now. I'm not going to look at it. Nope. 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 Look at this nice. Nope. No.
This looks like the discount bin on fucking Steam. What the fuck?
And that's it. So Kotaku doesn't disappoint with shit.
I forgot what the title of this article was. What was it?
The top games in 2025 so far.
Since we're only 5 months in, I'm guessing maybe all the other stuff's being held towards the end of the year. No, it's all gonna be shit.
Yeah,
that's the problem when games like just fall off the fucking cliff, and that's what game development has become. There's no one's looking forward to them.
It's true across all of entertainment right now, man. Like you've seen this not just in games, but like we were talking about earlier in movies and whatnot. Like there's a YouTube channel that I follow because you guys know I watch movie reactions, and one of them is Run to the Movies, and I watched that one for 2 very obvious reasons. If any of you know that channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. 2 very big obvious reasons. But anyway,
I think I understand what you're saying, sir.
Yes, Adam, boobs. Anyhow, they put out a poll, and they had a list of 4 movies on there. Obviously, because on YouTube you can only put 4 options on there. They did say if you have another thing you're looking forward to, put it in the chat. And it was just like, yeah, what are you most looking forward to? And all 4 things they had on there, one of them was Superman, which is a reboot, and the other 3 were sequels.
Mm-hmm.
And everything everybody mentioned in the chat that they'd rather see than those things were also sequels or reboots or, something of that nature. There wasn't a single, original idea in there to be found. And some of them, maybe they'll turn out to be good, like Mission Impossible 8. People are excited about that. Maybe it'll be a good movie. I don't know. But there really isn't that much coming out this year that I'm looking forward to. In fact, you know what I'm looking forward to? And not that many people, I think, know about this. It's an A24 movie. It's called Death of a Unicorn.
I just saw something about that earlier.
I am very much looking forward to that. It looks fun.
I was going to go to those, but right now, Kratos, this one's for you, and you don't even have to pay for it because it was already something I had saved up. This one's for you, Kratos. Since you just beat Chrono Trigger, congratulations. It is one of the greatest RPGs of all time. But I found this a while ago. I've been saving it. This feels like a good moment to do it. Chrono Trigger Card Saga Wars. Looks like an attempt at an old school 2D fighting game. Chrono Trigger got Chrono versus Cloud Strife. Here we go. Let's watch this. This is cool as shit. Look at that. Look, combo. We called in Robo to throw him. That's fucking cool, man. This is fucking... I want this game. I want this. I want to play this. He called it... Well, that's not Marl. That's Dagger from...
Why does it look like she's farting fire?
Well, she's spinning. She's spinning. That was it. She was throwing fire.
That's clearly coming out of her butt, Adam.
That's
yeah.
Look, she's spinning.
See?
Now it's coming out her cooch. What the hell? She's blowing up down there.
Wow. I'm trying to share something awesome. Here we go again, ruining things for me. And you're ruining it for Kratos too. You understand that? You're ruining it for Kratos right now. Okay. So he called
I'm okay
in
with that.
He called in Dagger, aka also Scala clone. This, dude. All right, I'm trying to see who they're summoned in there too. I can't even. I think that might be Marl. Couldn't tell that was. There's Lusa. Lusa's firing off a gun. This is just bad fucking ass. Oh, dude, he called in Frog for an X strike. Look at that again. Look at that. Look, he called in Frog for an X strike. That's just fucking awesome. Oh shit. Who's Soma? Oh shit! Look at that.
Why is the one girl bent over, laying down ready to be plowed?
Over. That's Isla. She's a prehistoric barbarian girl. She runs on all fours like an animal.
Yeah, and she's got her ass in the air.
Look, she's running on all fours.
Oh, she's presenting is what she's doing.
Yeah.
Listen, she's I loved everything about this. I need this. Here it is. Download it here. Cardsagawars.wordpress.com. So I'm not going to click on this right now, but I've got this bookmark. We'll come back. This is incredible. Kratos, I will put this in the Ballbusters gaming DM so you can go at it. But I thought
You all
that's incredible.
can't see it, but right now, freaking Adam is hard as a freaking brick.
Okay.
So I can't really argue with it.
I thought this is incredible. I think this is fucking cool. See, this is nostalgia. That's nostalgia done right. It's given to you in the proper way, and people are it gets people excited. So, Kratos, I'm putting that in the DM room right now in the Ballbusters Gaming, so you can check that out for Kratos. There you go. So you can go ahead and check that out later. So I just wanted to share that real quick. Anyway, all right. That's now I do okay. Now this is the other thing. This is something that I mentioned that I did see today was really cool. This is a cool looking game. It's a sequel to something called Daemon Ex Machina. It's Daemon Ex Machina Titanic Scion. Let's see what's it coming out for before I bring it up here. Let me just see. Mecha action game. Doesn't say what it's coming out for. Here it is. Okay. Steam, Switch, Xbox, PS5, Switch 2. Okay, so it's coming out for everybody.
Is it? It's not Damon. It's isn't it Damn? How do they
Demon.
pronounce it?
I always say it's Demon, but I always say it's it's Demon, but I always say Damon because I always give it a more haughty sound.
I thought it was Domus Machina or something like. It's pronounced differently.
Demon. It's
no,
Demon.
it comes from the Greek, and that
Dem?
the A and the E are actually one letter. It just gets translated like that in English spelling, but it is demon.
Yeah, it is demon.
You put the same combination of vowels in front of eon, for example.
Yeah. Whenever I put it there, I always say Daemon to give it more aristocratic sounding, like the Daemon Prime, some shit like that.
Because I've heard the name, but I never played the game. But
Daemon is more of like a Persian pronunciation of it.
But anyway, so we got this game, Daemon Ex Machina Titanic Scion from Marvelous First Studio comes an action-packed new entry to this series. Fly into battle in your customized arsenal, unleashing a variety of attacks tailored to your play style. I'm already excited. I'm getting harder after watching Chrono and Cloud fight. That means I can make a mech. I can make a dual-wielding mech, dude. A dual-wielding mech.
Everyone tune in. You're about to see Adam finish.
You understand?
Yeah, dual-wielding cock, maybe.
Feel the exhilaration of fast-paced combat as you freely explore a deadly and dangerous open world on land or in the air. After taking down your foes, collect their weapons and equipment, and upgrade your skills. I love the sound of that. To expand your options on the battlefield. Suit up for a dark sci-fi story where you could face titanic boss battles alone or with up to 2 other players. Co-op. New and veteran players alike will find a worthy adventure here. Created and produced by Kenichiro Sukada, featuring stunning mechanical designs from Shoji Kawamori. Daemon Machina Titanic Scion takes franchise to dramatic direction. Here we go. So, Titanic Evolution, Daemon Ex Machina's high-octane armored action debuts a new generation of platforms. Going on, everybody. Build a better you. New and nimble suit of armor. Your arsenal can be fully customized in both design and loadout. I love the sound of that. I love that idea. I can have a cool ass mech of my own original look and with gear that would suit my play style. I love it. Do co-op. That right there. And because it's on PS5 and all this stuff, it's probably gonna be cross-platform co-op. That means fun for everybody. Fun for everybody. I like the sound of that.
If they deliver on what they promise, the thing is so often we get let down by what these.
Let me hang on. Let me stop sharing. Let me reshare this, and let me stop sharing because I gotta. No. Stop. Okay, now, let me stop sharing and reshare with audio because I forgot to share it with the audio. Because let's take a look at that right there. So let's watch this trailer. No, not our stream. Retarded YouTube. And here we go. That's pretty good.
Shades of Metal Gear Rising here.
Say that again.
Said it looks like shades of Metal Gear Rising.
So we got a shoulder weapon. I like idea of shoulder weapons. It allows me to have a projectile weapon in addition to maybe making a melee based type of combat unit, because I prefer melee based if I can get away with it. Bows on mechs. That's interesting. I find that interesting. Little impractical, but I find it interesting. What I'm waiting for now is they're gonna show one of these Titanic bosses. I want to see what one of the Titanic bosses looks like. Oh, okay. Art exterior. That's legitimate, you know. Make it not, even though I want to do melee, dual wielding shit like that, you know. Sorry, if you're gonna fight this shit, you're gonna have to come with a different loadout. You know, force me to adapt, and I do appreciate that.
You can carry 6 different like fucking weapons on you at any given time and switch freely between them. You should be able to carry at least enough stuff for most of what you'll encounter, right?
Yeah. Grappling.
That looks like humping.
That's
I
new.
was gonna say.
That's new. That's a little. Yeah, did you say that's a little Monster Hunter-y? Is that what you just said?
No, I said that looks like he's humping him.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. What's with you guys tonight?
We're pretty consistent.
Oh, yes. See, yeah, you as Monster Hunter players, Sam, you can appreciate that part damage. I love inclusion of part damage.
Yeah.
I do
And
like that.
that actually is, echoes of what we were just talking about bringing different things. That's one of the things I have liked about Wilds is being able to switch between 2 different weapon types on the go. I love my hammer, but you know what it doesn't do? Cut tails off. So I bring a greatsword as well. You know?
Yep. So if they part damage, I love that. That shows they understand you're fighting a big thing. There should be a factor in there to weaken and wound it based upon its limbs and exterior protrusions.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that's a big one. Oh, hello. All right, September. I like the look of this game.
So this looks like it borrowed from a couple of different franchises to put this together. You know, it's got a little bit of, like I said, Metal Gear Rising in there. It's got a little bit of, like you were saying, Monster Hunter. I'd say probably some Armored Core, probably some. What was the name of that game with that one chick that got really chunky in the second game, and they were fighting those
Horizon.
big, like, Horizon,
Zero
like
Dawn.
with the mechanical animals kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the look of this. This looks like it's a lot of simple fun. It looks like they know exactly what their audience wants, and I love it. It's co-op. That means a couple of us could play here and there, different nights. And I love customizable games. That's the thing. I enjoyed Armored Core. I've always enjoyed Armored Core games, but there comes a point in the Armored Core games where you have to customize in order to win the game and not to play the way you want to. And that's why I want a good mech game where my customization isn't necessarily a negative and it's still legitimate. And that's what this looks like might be. So I'm excited. I want a good mech game. I bet if I show this to Dermy, he'll last like 10 seconds because he likes mech games and he'll be more gay for this than I am.
Yeah, didn't he get all like wet for that that indie game that was like Attack on Titan a couple years ago?
Well, there was another mech game coming out that never materialized. I don't know that he was really hot. It was being pushed around same time around when Power World was coming out originally, but it never happened. I haven't heard anything from it. He was really excited for that, but it never happened.
That's the problem with a lot of these games. Like, this looks fun, and I would legitimately want to play. Except it's just like, do you remember that game Anthem?
Yeah.
That was, they were advertising now as, oh, that looks so cool. You get to do your build out, your armor, build your armor the way you want, go out with your friends and kick ass. That seems so much fun. Complete letdown, flop, did nothing. It was shit.
But that was BioWare at its weakest, though. That's the thing.
But it doesn't matter. It's just, I don't trust games when they only have this base footage that they're going to deliver what they promised.
That was actual gameplay footage. That was gameplay footage.
I'll hold my breath and see what happens with it. But
I feel like this is something I could pick up. I feel like this is something I could pick up and have a good time with. Anyway, all right. Unless you got anything else, we do have to wrap it up because I can't stay up all night because I got to be ready for 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I got to get some sleep. So,
how much fucking sleep do you need?
Besides, you're all tuckered out from the all tuckered out from the fun you had on the 4th, right? So.
anyway, so let's go around the horn, Sarah farewells, and then I can kick all your asses to the curb. Devil, what you got going on this week?
We got the pub on Friday. I'll be on Sam's show before that. We'll see if I'm on any other show before that. Who knows? Yeah. Almost stuff.
Okay. Samuel.
I'm gonna try and make up for some shit that I missed last week. Internet went totally out this last weekend. I couldn't do my shows, couldn't do Devils, couldn't really help out moderating over on Amir's channel. It was I kind of got fucking locked out of everything. It was awesome, super fun. So I'm gonna try and make up for some of that stuff this week. I was supposed to do a Whispering in the Dark last week too before the month ended, but it didn't work out on account of that same thing earlier in the week. So I will try to do that sometime tomorrow or the next night at the very least. Otherwise, yeah, I got Abyssal Musings on Friday, the pub right after that, and Screaming to the Void on Saturday, Amir's channel probably, and then right back here, next week where Adam's going to torture us on behalf of Jed. By the way, Jed, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it, buddy.
Listen, all y'all ruined my fun, so I got to ruin your fun too. Anyway, all right. As for me, I'll repeat what I said for those who might have missed it. If you missed it today, you'll catch it tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. My new daily show, The Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where we come in and you basically it's a show where you guys get to make me do anything you want me to do as long as you pay for it. You make me read articles I don't want to read. You make me watch videos I don't want to read. But there are some segments where I will provide my own generated entertainment just as a reminder, because I've been trying to get it done. Will be done, normally be a once a month thing, but twice this month now we will be resuming the Expanded Universe Book Club so that we get that done. What I'll be doing is, so this Thursday, I will be doing a live on-stream review or discussion, more appropriately, discussion with you guys in the chat of Champions of the Force, Book 3 of the Jedi Academy trilogy. And then at the end of the month, let me go get it. I should have pulled it down before, because normally it'll be a once a month thing. You guys full time if you want to read it, or if somebody knows somebody or wants to join as well. If you are a YouTuber, you can come on and join me for book club to talk Star Wars Expanded Universe at the end of the month. Last week, we'll be talking Children of the Jedi by Barbara Hambly, the beginning of the Callista arc for the Expanded Universe. 4 books laying the groundwork for some future stuff. We got Children of the Jedi, then Dark Saber, then Planet of the Twilight, and then The Crystal Star, which ends that little arc of story. So we are bringing that back, and that's just a little taste of what you can get on the Daily Dive. Other than that, rest of the week, we'll see what the week brings in terms of regular videos. My video release schedule will change just ever so slightly because of the stream every day now. My notifications are one notification every day is now dedicated to the Daily Dive. Other than that, so throughout the week, this will be gaming streams, and through the Daily Dive, sometimes you guys will be able to influence what game I will play. We've got Ball Busters on Friday. I believe Dermy said our guest is Culture Casino. Friday on Saturday night drive-in is The Matrix this week. Only one Matrix movie, and we're going to talk about it. So we got The Matrix this week. Dr. Shooty Who season 2 episode 5 review on Saturday as well. Then Saturday, Dermy's going to be made scared by a game. I have been told I don't have to be involved, so I will just be sitting and watching, or we'll be playing co-op games. We'll see how that works out. Sunday, Roundtable, 2 p.m. Eastern, where more fun and games will happen. Check out every Wednesday as well over on Duke Devil, Bradley Burnett's channel. Check out the edited versions of Wormhole Watch, where we are just talking good old Deep Space. Sam, we're already at the end of season 1. We're there. We're only a couple weeks away.
Nice.
It's been great. It's been fun, and I can't wait. We're getting closer to the good stuff every single week. So join us for that. Check that out on Brad's channel every week around Wednesdays when he posts it. Other than that, that's kind of it. Later in the month, Anime Odyssey will be back, and when we're done with Shooty Who, there will be a Nerdgasm where we will talk real Doctor Who and have a good time with that. And other than that, I don't think I forgot anything. It's so much I have to get through. It's getting larger and larger, the list of shit that I'm involved in on my channel and other places. But it's good stuff, guys. And I appreciate everybody involving themselves and trying to make everything a success. A reminder that I've mentioned it before. I mentioned it today on Daily Dive. And right now, a big push this year, and everybody's help is so much appreciated as we do it. Everything the channel does to grow and earn an income for me, to a stable income from the channel, I'm trying to get to Florida within the next year now, because the goal is to have me actually be living in Florida when we do the meetup for my Day of Doom next year on May 25th. So everything we do right now to grow the channel is to help get me the income becoming a large enough stable resource of income that I can pick up and move myself and members of my family, so that we can then get to Florida and be there, because it is literally, we've been looking into it. The cost of living is drastically less than where I have here. Drastically less. Let's just say for many hundreds of dollars left, I can get a much larger apartment than I'm living in now. Very simple. So everybody's support pushing forward is much appreciated, and it starts right here, right now. Just show up, hit the like button, participate in the chats, watch the videos, have a good time, share it out. My channel, Sam's channel, Devil's channel, everybody's channel. The tide raises us all. We all work together, but your help and support is what is needed most. So I want to thank everybody for joining here. I'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Dive, the Double Ds. What do you think of this? How about if we call the chat the D Cups?
Only if we can call you Dark Side Adam.
Either that or the Boob Squad. You know,
Adam can be the A cup.
Well, here. I mean, I will. Let me put it in the overview. This, I mean, I have to add it because I forgot to add. Alexandra Daddario to it, because I needed to come up with a thumbnail this morning. It was like the last thing I did. Actually, you guys haven't seen you want to see the intro? Well,
Sure.
You'll see it tomorrow. Fuck that. You'll see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Watch the show. See it tomorrow. But let me show you what the thumbnail is right now.
I don't know, man. I think a chat nickname's got to be a little bit.
I know.
organic,
They have to generate the stuff, but I wanted to throw something out there so they can start deciding. You know, let them start talking about it.
My
But
chat
the
has been
details-
arguing over different nicknames for like 2 fucking years, and none of them have stuck. So,
Well, that's the thing. Throughout all the different shows we do, the chat doesn't have a nickname yet, and we've been doing this for a few years now. Because I also keep forgetting to mention. Do you guys know how long we've been doing this show now? How many episodes? I stumbled upon it a week or so ago. when I was doing some busy work with the channel. We've been doing this as of today. I think we're at 105 episodes, 106 episodes.
Nice.
We've been doing this for a while.
Congrats.
Yeah, man. So here's the thumbnail for the Daily Dive, the double D's. I gotta add Alexandra in there because I forgot to put her in there because I wanted one more.
You gotta add a little tent pitch too.
No, I got the YouTube censors, man. YouTube censors. Gotta be right.
He didn't say fucking show the shaft. He said just a pudge.
Yeah, why do you guys want to see me with a hard on tonight? What is
we don't want to see you hard on. It's
right,
just if we expect if you're surrounded by 3 hot chicks, you'd have a hard on. If you don't, that says more about you and what.
Listen, all right.
I mean, that explains the whole holding hands with Dermy thing.
Yeah,
all right,
there
we're
you
done
go.
here. Good night, everybody. Fuck off.